leads to a feeling of great insecurity, getting things stolen, small things stolen from your car.
I would still like to know some hard numbers on where they stole.
Well, I understand. If you look at the numbers, what they will show you is that SF rates high for property crime. But it's a safe city. There's not high violent crime in that city. That's what the numbers will show you. Okay, there's much more property crime. In particular, that casual conduct, nothing ever happens to it. At least a few times, the people who were my roommates, they wouldn't even park their car in SF. They parked it in the South Bay because exactly that thing had happened.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I have lived in and around San Francisco. In some cases in San Francisco. I've been, like literally for the last 20 years. I've had my car broken into once in Berkeley. I've never had my car broken into San Francisco. I mean, I would. It's the kind of place when I lock my car up, I will put things away and stuff. But the idea, and I lived there for a couple of years, so I parked on the street and stuff. I've never had my car broken into. So the idea that like everybody has their, I know people that have had their cars broken into. I know that it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like I have managed to get through life without having my car broken into in San Francisco.
I've been in San Francisco now for going on a decade, and that whole time I had a car parked.
That's awesome.
Like, I don't need to deny that San Francisco or the Greater Bay Area has higher property.
Cars don't get broken into in San Francisco. Come on.
But this is not what I said. This is not what I said.
Yeah, but it's just like to go from like, oh, I saw my car broken into one to like Antarctica, whatever.
So I once witnessed.
That's true. You did.
I once witnessed at 5 p.m. on a weekday. That big building, that 100 Van Ness, I think it is. It's kind of a skyscraper right across from the City Hall or whatever. Right there. I witnessed someone had parked briefly, and a crew of masked criminals breaking into in front of a crowd of people just commuting their whatever on the sidewalk, in front of a crowd of law-abiding folks. These three thug criminals breaking into a car and stealing stuff, and nobody even responding at all. Nobody doing anything to stop it. And I have to admit, me among them. Now, it was not in a proper society, this would be completely unacceptable. They would never be able to get away with it. Citizens would actually react rather than just act like, sort of just, don't make eye contact, just pretend it's not happening, keep walking. Maybe they have a knife or whatever, like, let's just keep, it's a very bad sign. I mean, on so many levels, and maybe I'm not articulating it well, but if you think that that's acceptable, and that this is a sign of a healthy society, I don't know what to tell you.
It's not. No one's making the claim that it's acceptable in a society.
But that's just a normal. That's a Tuesday in San Francisco.
What I am saying is that shit happens all over the place, all over the U.S. And
only in Dallas it would go down that way.
Okay,
so I don't accept that.
Stop talking about Dallas, Asian.
Okay, I look for the data. So first is Memphis, then is Portland. This is property crime, the ranking. So Memphis, Tennessee, number 1. Portland, then Detroit, then Seattle, then Baltimore, Denver, Nashville, San Francisco. So there's a few additional observations. San Francisco has gained attention for car break-ins, but recent data shows property crime there has declined from its peak several years ago, even though it remains a concern in touristic areas. Nationally, property crime has been failing, decrease in property crime from 2024 to 2025. There you go. What Kier was saying is like we need to see the data, and then from there we can draw conclusions. Not just I saw one time or my car. This happened to me twice. I've been there 2 times in the middle. Every single time it's the all that is that.
No, I mean, I've told you about stuff I've
The real appeal here is that the criminals in San Francisco are not criminals. It's just the appearance of crime. They work for the city. Okay, they are out there enforcing various internal beefs within the elite. Okay, that guy whose car got robbed, those masked people, they were working for some of the power elite in the Bay Area. That's why it's an anarcho-tyranny. Okay, the appearance of anarchy is used as to conceal the rank criminality of the elites in San Francisco.
No, yeah, they were working on behalf of Antifa, actually, I think is
Right.
the commonly understood thing. I mean, look, Agent, I'm just going to be honest with you. I know that you don't really think that America's governance is the right form of governance. And I guess in that respect, we agree. Only to the extent that it means that America is not a healthy society in many ways. I think that there are lots of things wrong with San Francisco in particular, with American cities in general, that can be fixed. So, in that way, I think our solutions may be different. But, I think you're taking your broad discontent with America and American governance systems and maybe applying it with an overbroad brush in this instance.
Yeah, not all parts of America. I do think some parts are reasonable run locally.
I wonder if any of those include the places that Carlos listed that actually have higher levels of property crime.
Baltimore as well. I think Baltimore is an anarchy. I don't know if it's anarcho-tyranny, but it's definitely an anarchy. It just has the population is extremely violent.
How did you manage to get a parking ticket in an anarchy?
Good question.
I didn't get a parking ticket in Baltimore.
San Francisco was the question. Come on, let's call that.
LA, he got the ticket.
LA,
in
California somewhere.
Yeah. But look, Agent, I'm really curious, actually, MC, what are the things that you think are wrong about how San Francisco is run? How would you like to see it run better? This is really relevant for us here in Dallas because we have many people who moved here from the Bay Area, and I don't want us to make the same mistakes, now that we're here. So, what are some things that you think could be done different?
Well, they might not satisfy you. They're kind of mundane, to be honest, in many cases. For example,
so let's say our population is more. What does it have
the
to do with
city
anything?
does not do a good job of publishing
I'm sorry, what does it have to do? The fact that we're saying in Iran people are not free, women don't have equal rights, and many things are illegal right now. What does it have to do with Iranians being 12 million or 90 million?
Hi,
We're
Masa.
talking about the Constitution. We're talking about the Constitution. The
Masa.
rules that we have in Iran are stupid as fuck.
Okay, alright.
Hello?
Thank you. Bye.
Masa, I recently saw a video of a marketplace in Iran and all the women, were walking around looking beautiful. And it seemed pretty open and free to me. I'm sure it's not like that everywhere.
They are open. They don't care about Islam. They don't practice Islam. That's why I'm
See, there is a confusion here.
What you're saying
There's a
now,
confusion.
after women freedom movement, and because of not very divine moral police, many people started protesting for 6 months. They were in the streets, and many women went to streets and burned their hijab. There are videos of that. They started burning the hijab and they started saying that we don't want mandatory hijab. And after that, they voice, they stopped the moral police for life, which is for now, it's a few years.
Not everywhere.
But, yeah, and not everywhere, but in like big cities. And
Tehran is fine. Tehran is fine.
they are
Even in Tehran is not. It's fine. In some areas of the Tehran, I don't know if you have you say, but it is not the freedom in every aspect of the members' life.
The thing is that not even a single part of the rules have changed, and people, women cannot go to universities, cannot go to government buildings. Shut up! Saying that can't go to universities without a job.
Yeah, be clear about that, please.
If you let me see everything, I can explain what I mean. Just let me finish. And women, not even a single rule has changed. It is still considered mandatory for women to have a job, but the moral police is not doing this as it was doing. It's not doing the same as it was doing before, because of the situation, because there is war, because there are a lot of other problems, and they don't want people to become even more angry. Okay, gotcha.
Masha.
And just wanted to recap what Masha said. So those video footages that you're seeing, that even before the women life freedom at some particular area of the Tehran, you could see that. But the problem is that that is not comprehensive rule change. There is no rule change in the constitution. Still, it is mandatory everywhere you go. It is just the civil disobedience of the people at some particular part of the Iran. It doesn't mean that the rule change. It doesn't mean that the brutality toward the women has changed. And it is one of the major aspects of the women's life in Iran. It's not just that. There are lots of other discrimination. It doesn't mean that if some women at some particular part of the Iran, they freely dressed up, which I don't believe so. They're not freely. Maybe they don't have just a headscarf. And at the end of the day, you see that, you say, oh no, it sounds like European. No, it is not. It is just one aspect from the video you see. You need to go through the details of the day-to-day life of them and see how they are living. What are the rules? What are the divorce rules? Millions of the others. It is not within the time of this clubhouse to explain, but you can search it out.
Shut the fuck up. When you hear someone speaking, you shut the fuck up. Disrespectful piece of shit.
Oh, thank you for such strong moderation.
By the way, one more thing to add is that now, because of the situation, because of January massacre, and because of the ongoing war, Islamic Republic is trying to show off some, they try to fabricate a view of Iran for the other parts of the world, that this country is free, people have the freedom, and they're okay with this situation in Iran. Then they keep filming the women are in streets and happy, they have a happy life and everything, to show it to the foreigners and tell them people in Iran don't have that kind of problems as you think, which is a lie.
Every day a woman chooses not to wear the hijab in Iran, that is a risk she is taking. She is taking the risk to end up like Mahsa Amini, being thrown into the bus, getting a seizure from being hit so hard into that bus that she dies at the police station. That is a risk that the women take themselves every day, and that is great.
Well, moderators, this is...
The law did not change ever. They did not change the law on hijab. Don't be fooled.
Moderators, in America, we believe that the absolute rule of the state shall be a function of the absolute liberty of each individual will. So, from a female perspective, the will of your average Iranian woman should be equal with the will of the government. And that type of equality is true liberty. the value of the self. And unfortunately, Islam as a religion, as a dogma, suppresses the individual liberty and will and freedom of the women of Iran. And this is enough justification for revolution and war against the regime, suppressing the will of the beautiful women of Iran.
That is true. And, women of Iran, we were born in Iran, we were raised in this country. Everything in our lives that we found out from the time that we were like teenagers in Iran and then became adults in Iran. All the time we were fighting against everything, against discrimination, against million stupid rules. We did it, and they are still doing. We are not there anymore, but those women are still doing the same. They're fighting every day so hard, and I'm sure that they finally get the freedom.
Yeah, I think it's just funny that some people, I don't know, doctors in Iran, who would you support politically, doctor? Doctor.
Can I have a chance to talk, or I just not?
Who do you support? Do you support IRGC?
Of course not. I support all the Iranian women. But
No. I asked you a simple thing. Don't change the topic. Do you
of
support
course not.
IRGC in this war?
No, fuck that.
I didn't ask that, Maxa. I asked, who do you support politically?
No one. Because we don't have that guy, but I was supporting our shot because that was the only person that can change mind. I said because we have no one else. I was supporting.
To a certain degree, I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, is it a bad thing? Should I?
No, it's not a bad thing, man. It's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion, to have your leak. As long as you're not with the IRGC, it's okay.
It's my opinion.
As long as you're not the IRGC and you're not a reformist, we're okay with that.
No, fuck that.
I'm not Mujahideen as well.
Yeah, I'm not MEK. Oh, the list goes on.
Fuck that.
No, that's great. The short answer was great. I was surprised actually because of the answers you gave. So, but I have a question to you, Iranian. What's your position on those lefty activists trying to say, we don't want war on Iran because Iran
They're silly. Well, some of them are working with Islamic Republic, some of the leftists. They are actually working with Islamic Republic. They're actually working with the reformists, and which makes them traitors. But some others, leftists, are just being very stubborn. They don't understand the situation, and they're totally crazy. Because if they have brain and they can think, they know that this situation is not the situation you should just be fighting with other groups. If you care about your country, you can keep fighting shoulder to shoulder with other people, and after Islamic Republic falls down, then there is election and you can choose the one that you want. But they don't understand this. Something simple as that.
Master, can I be average guy? I have no political education. I have no education at all. Okay. Can I be average?
You got no education. You got no knowledge at all. What? You speak English? You say you got no education. So are you retarded?
Maybe I'm retarded. We need retarded people to support like a community, right?
Well, never go full retard.
And being retarded, even this word in England,
Yeah,
right?
right.
To live in England, I doubt so. I doubt so.
No,
Probably,
as you see in his profile picture, is American. Okay.
Yeah, probably. This word is banned in England. You cannot say that. Okay?
Listen, I'm very.
Can I say retard in England? Can I say retard?
No,
What the fuck?
you cannot say that.
The communist country.
No,
It's not communist, but
it's very inappropriate to say retarded because you could be offending Down syndrome people.
What happens if you say retard? Excuse me, I have a question. What happens if someone in the UK says retard?
you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that.
No, retard is different from retarded. Retard means like a substance is no longer in its original form. And retarded means like someone with Down syndrome has a learning disability. Yeah?
English, they know what retard means, right?
Right.
They know what the retard means. They create, we have like that as niggas, we're gonna fuck that shit, blah, blah, blah. You have certain rules to this country even speak, okay?
We would agree with you.
No,
Yes, it is offensive.
to his
But
language.
when you say it is against their rules, it means that if someone says that word, they will end up in jail or they will be fined or something like that.
That's offensive. But you have a chance that you're gonna be sued. Exactly what you said.
Is the law retarded or is the law gay?
Gay is fine. Gay is fine. It depends on situation. You need to end up the court.
Is a faggot a useless bundle of sticks? If you're a faggot, is that a useless bundle of sticks or is a faggot an LGBTQIA+?
No, you're a faggot.
No, you're a faggot.
No, you sound gay as shit.
Hey, Dr. Ali, what's your cause of action when you go to court?
Not my cause of action. It's not my consent to go to the court. I'm running a business of like billions of.
He's making an affirmative defense.
I'm still
And I have a
confused. You said
PhD
that
in
same.
AI. My concern is not about my.
You just said you go to the court. I asked you what
Wait,
your
but
cause
listen
of
to this. Listen to this, you bitch ass nigga. For a second, hold on, bitch ass nigga. For a
Oh
second.
my god! Moderators, please! He's saying the N-word! He's saying the N-word! Censor him! Censor him! Stop, go!
We say.
I was asking him. No, bad word. Don't say that word. Not in here, babe. Not in here.
No, actually, I didn't.
Not cool.
I didn't understand.
What word are you scared of now?
Move to audience. If someone is trying to.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared of that word. Don't be scared of that word. You should speak freely.
No fear, just not cool.
Yeah, because we don't want to be racist here. We don't have.
No, it's not racist. I
It's
didn't
not
say
cool.
we are.
It's not cool, sweetie. It's not cool. Not
You
cool.
understand America or what?
Yeah, understand America. It's not cool.
So you have
So,
to understand
Dr.
America.
Ali, you said that you go to the court in England. So I'm asking you, what's your cause of action when you go to the court, Dr. Ali?
As my lawyer, but let's talk about this thing.
No. You specifically said you go to the court. You go to the court. So what's your cause of action?
Anytime to my lawyer, I can send you an email, to be honest. I pay for lawyers.
Yeah, what do you pay? What do you pay an hour, Dr. Ali?
It's not based on hour.
Yeah, what do you pay an hour?
That's personal. Do you pay anyone?
Yeah, what do you pay your lawyer an hour?
That's so personal. What do you mean?
No, what's your lawyer charge an hour? What's your cause of
This
action?
line of questioning is redundant at this point.
What do you
We
mean?
need to get back on top. I just want to quote Marshall Rankin and say, "You're off topic! Get back on topic!"
What do you think his lawyer charges an hour to sue for the word retard?
200 an hour, probably. 200 pounds an hour.
Yes.
200 pounds an hour to sue for the word retarded. Defamation and slander, if you ask me.
I'm talking about how many complaints you give me. Like,
What?
Oh,
say.
What's your cause of action in the UK? You can't tell me, but you said people can be sued.
Dr. Ali, do you speak Farsi?
If you don't know, if you're not sure about that, okay, why do you say as a fact?
Wait, that's a fact.
Deliberate intention.
Do you want to talk to my lawyer?
No, I'm asking you. You made the statement. I'm asking you.
This
What's
is
your cause of action?
redundant.
I
This
want
is
to talk to your lawyer
redundant.
right now. I want to talk to her right now.
Let's get back on topic.
Or she.
Is that
I
you
don't know.
ChatGPT too?
Dr. Ali G, do you use he leaves? No, do you have a
He's
barrister
here.
or do you paying your solicitor? Which one are you paying?
Solicitor, not barrister.
And what are you paying an hour?
It's name of my company, not ours.
Abby, don't you understand? This guy can't answer a question. So
Obviously.
please spare us the 5th or 6th time of the question. I just want to say to all the beautiful
I think
Persian
he's
women.
retarded. I think we're on
Actually, we were having a good conversation before Doctor arrives. We were having a good
We
conversation.
were, and I want to practice my Farsi and tell the beautiful ladies here. دلم برات خیلی تنگ شده. دلم برات خیلی تنگ شده.
Listen, you're going in a 3-minute timeout every time you interrupt anyone else.
I'm trying to help you, Chloe.
I just want to say دلم برات خیلی تنگ شده.
Talking about Tunisia and how they have progressed since they started not using Sharia law.
I mean, how many countries do use Sharia law right now? Who knows that?
Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Afghanistan.
Right, let's compare them. How good are they doing economically?
Does our mom use it?
Not well.
Oman?
Mom.
Not really sure.
Oman is pretty rich.
Egypt, not Egypt.
No, Egypt, no. No, I don't think so. No, because Egypt has Coptic community.
I have a question. Why are so many Jews on this app always saying fuck Islam and fuck Muslims? Like you guys should be smarter. Happy.
I will say, I've never heard me say that. You're talking to someone who spends a lot of time in Muslim countries, so you'll never hear me say that. John's in the rooms with me. John's recording me. John, have I ever said that?
No.
I've never heard me say that, John.
No, of course not. This guy's a piece of trash.
No, you're not gonna say that.
I'm not trying to listen. I want
No,
to get false points on
he's
your
answering.
name.
You can ask other people, but you won't hear me say that.
Listen, Abby is a professional communicator. She wouldn't waste her time making derogatory, negative remarks. The real
I spend a lot of time in Muslim countries.
The real question is, if you are in an Islamic country, the law is gonna be Sharia. If you're in Egypt, if you're in Oman, if you're in Yemen, if you're in Syria, you can count on an Islamic court.
12 to 20 countries have Sharia. I just looked it up.
But I will say this, guys. Like, I realize this. I understand the hatred, particularly for Jews against Muslims, because of the hatred they have against them, with Muslims particularly. However, there's so many fucking Muslims around the world. Like, there's way different Muslims than other Muslims. Like, there's so.
Yeah, you could be in Thailand where the Muslims are conducting terrorist attacks against the Buddhists.
No, I'm finished. But don't just speak. Don't yell to me.
Go.
Oh, sorry. On this app, sometimes you have to kind of loud mic, otherwise you never get to talk.
Wonderful people there. Like,
No,
no one's disagreeing with you.
You know, like, even Indonesia.
The Emiratis are like amazing
Indonesia.
people.
You don't even think about that as a Muslim country.
Yeah,
It's the biggest Muslim
I
country.
do think of Indonesia
Okay,
as a
yeah,
Muslim
sorry. I
country.
don't know you personally, so.
I do, but I think the Emiratis are amazing people. The Bahrainians are amazing people.
Beautiful people, handsome, and
Yeah.
beautiful.
Emiratis are very handsome.
Let's give a big warm welcome to Dr. Pee-Pee.
Pepe.
you guys say, I mean,
Pepe, how were the elections in Arizona? I forgot to ask you.
I didn't.
Did you vote? Can I ask you that?
He's a 1990s Democrat. Of course he doesn't vote. He's a former white Nazi supremacist from the trenches of discord.
That doctor won the primary on the Dems.
Oh, Abby, if you heard what Pepe said about American Jews today, you'd get so sick to your stomach. Pepe made the most anti-Semitic remarks I've ever heard him made today about American Jews. It was so sickening to listen to. Shame on you, PP. You're not a grown man. You're an unprofessional little runt, like a gypsy from Corsica, like a little racist gypsy leprechaun midget with brain damage from boxing. Your anti-Semitism is disgusting. It's pathetic. It's so low IQ. It's the worst content. You don't even brand yourself as a comedian. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed. An ashanda.
Is that true, PP? Did you make anti-Semitic remarks again?
None of us did. Sig had a room, and I was in it. Like, yeah, I was talking shit about it.
So, what did you say that you prefer? Well, no, we want to hear maybe to review day. What do you want?
I don't want to hear it.
All right, well, it happened. So,
Abby, do you want to hear it?
so
What Pepe said? I don't know what he's talking about.
what is the thing?
He said that Israel are the spiritual niggers of the Middle East because they're sucking all the money out of America. You're a piece of shit, Pepe. You better hope the Jewish Federation never catches you and puts you in court for defamation and slander. Because believe me, AIPAC and Abby here, a Democrat lawyer, they're going to sue you for all the Jew hate slander and racial hatred you stir up in a pot every day on this app, little PP.
I'll probably meet him over a bowl of mishmash soup, so I don't think so.
So, Abby, where do you go in the
Me? I've been to Saudi several times. I really like it there. And I love the Emirates, and I really think Bahrain is beautiful. Those three countries. I've been to Jordan. I'm trying to think. What other? You just Middle Eastern countries you're asking me? Obviously, I've been to Israel like more than 50 times. I've been to areas that are now Egypt, but I went in Israel before they turned them over. The Sinai. No, I have not. Interesting, Pepe. I want to fly on that airline, but I don't really have a desire to go there. But I would go back to Saudi anytime. It's a fantastic place.
You don't know his name, then why are you bringing him up? The point is, the Qatari Airlines is flying in hundreds of people every day into Chicago. People are fleeing.
I forget who his name is. He's pretty influential. I know he's friends with like Tucker Carlson, but he's really. Do you know who that Dan Bilzerian guy is?
He's all.
Yeah.
Fucking retard.
Yeah, and do you know what he said? He said about his opponent, who's Jewish and heavy set. He said, yeah, Randy. He said he's too fat to fit in the oven. That's what he publicly said.
He's a low IQ.
Yeah, he's very low IQ, and Randy will beat him in that primary. Not worried about that.
But so there's this I'm trying to think of who it is from Qatar. He's like friends with them, and he kind of there's like obviously a lot of influence. I think even that guy Sneeko, he's like a young. I'd never watched any of his shit. He's just a young shit, but he converted to Islam. He's an American, very popular influencer. But that Dan Bilzerian guy, I guess like that Qatari, he was flying out on private jet out to Qatar.
I think he lost a lot. He's getting sued by a number of people. His family had money, and I think he went through a lot of it, and he's got a lot of litigation against him. But I think he lost millions.
I think his dad wasn't his dad like a scam artist?
I don't know the
No.
whole story, but I know he had like a very ugly big house here. I don't know if it finally sold or not.
He had like a vape company or something, all these.
He was like the most like hedonistic company. He didn't accomplish anything in his life. Despite every opportunity he had, he became an Instagram celebrity, and he was, he admits that, like, oh yeah, he just like fornicated with all of these women and partied, and I just find.
Do you ever see his Instagram? Have you seen it? It's all. I mean, it's full of women.
I've seen the pictures of it that people will post. I've never checked it out, but I just find what I find really funny is that you get these people that just all of a sudden it's a grift. They found God. I don't know, whether it's midlife or in their 20s, and they take on this very religious transformation. They show you how they used to behave, but I just always find that ironic because being raised Catholic, going to Catholic school, all that stuff. I know people who've been religious their whole fucking lives. They don't say the shit that he says, or they don't. I can't help but
Pepe, why don't you just cite something specific from his X account? Because I've looked at it extensively. I've commented extensively. He knows who I am because I personally verbally insult him. He is one of the dumbest human beings, and the shit he writes is so stupid and offensive and racist and bigoted, xenophobic, evil, pathetic. Listen, I'm just saying, if you aren't academic, if you just come on here and do your little pee-pee dance show every day and do your anti-Semitic, stirring a pot of hate, there's a lot bigger problems than 12 million Israelis. There's 2.5 billion Hindus and Chinese Taoists and Buddhists and atheists to contend with. And all you do when you hear you talk about J words is focus on a very minority group of people. It's a tiny group. It's a group. It's the smallest group. It's as big as you. It's not barely even there. It's like just like you. That's why you attack it so much, because it's barely even there. And the criticism it gets is so hypocritical and stupid. And all these anti-Semitic racists, they've never even read a Jewish philosophy book. Goddamn! You're taking the Lord's name in vain? Listen, Dr. Peepee, try reading a book! Go to the gym, Dr. Peepee, read a book, do something with your life, get that fake spray tan off and get a real tan. I am complete.
All of the time, you never got a straight tan in my life. When it comes to besides
I never got a straight tan in my life.
15 different fucking phones and live stream. Like, okay, you're really productive. Amazing. I know you're trying to be funny, but it's sometimes it's just like really grating and annoying.
What is the argument? I don't understand.
It's just weird.
Hey, Tala, by the way, what a beautiful mesa table.
Thank you. I love food.
Next to it, a drink, like a raki or ouzo, would be fantastic.
Doctor, can you try again if you want to come on the phone?
And Abby, sir, I want to ask you, Abby, what kind of law are you practicing?
Not anymore, but I was corporate and for a specific industry, but I don't really want to dox any more than I need to.
It's nice. I'm studying actually law.
You are? What area are you interested in?
Family.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
I feel like a family.
It's stressful. Are you in this is going to sound personal. Are you married?
No.
Okay. People that go into that field, sometimes that can screw up their own personal relationships. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but most of the ones I know that are in it.
Organization, and I hear a lot of cases.
I'm gonna automate that with AI, by the way. It's all automated with AI. That's my new startup.
You don't sound like the actor. You're really trying to, but it's not coming off like Sacha Baron.
It's coming off.
It's really not. Sacha Baron Cohen just doesn't sound like
Sasha is here.
Oh,
He's
sorry,
gonna make
sweetie.
your work automated.
So sorry, sweetie.
It does not sound.
It doesn't sound like How funny was? I mean, every one of those movies. The Dictator was hilarious, and Who's the first
Sasha
one?
Bora.
Let me ask you this question, Abby. Do you know like Apache Junction in Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, do you know its reputation?
It's isn't that on the way up towards Cave Creek?
No. Apache
I'm
Junction
in the wrong part.
is east of Mesa. It's like on the
East of Mesa. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the furthest east suburb. But now you have like Gold Canyon, but it's always been like a poor place, largely white, but poor. He had like a that was an Apache Junction.
Oh, he actually filmed it there.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I heard they were real people. Like that was.
They were, yeah. So like during the pandemic, it was kind of like embarrassing. But
I just want to quote Marshall Rankin and say, can we get back to the topic?
Hey, you're talking about the scene in Borat?
yes, the scene in
Borat was filmed there. Unbelievable.
Yes, it was sung there, and like look, a lot of these people were like missing teeth. They were like simple people, and I don't know that they even really understood what they were singing. But I remember during COVID-19, they had I forget which it was like 60 Minutes or something like that, and it was about the people who were like not willing to comply with the social distancing or wear masks or get vaccinated or whatever. And these people were like pulling up in a rally, and they had like Nazi stickers.
That's why they were for us.
Yeah, this was an Apache Junction.
We want to hear that.
So you can take your plastic face, like you were just discussing.
Thank you so much, moderators. This is Ein. I want to quickly interrupt Pepe's pathetic, boring story. I'd like to play a song for the people of Iran so they can all find peace, joy, and strength. It's titled, Pepe is a Retard Faggot. Faggot Retard. Pepe is a faggot retard.
That was kind of funny how he just said he had to put his mouth off of the horn.
You are the son of his friend?
Is this guy?
Actually, it'd be kind of funny to listen to this.
Pepe is a faggot retard. Ribono Shalom, I hope the CIA is able to liberate the people of Iran, completely destroy the enemy, the regime, and turn them into a magnificent casino and resort complex with beautiful Iranian women in fantastic lingerie and bathing suits so Abby can charge $1,800 an hour to the Shah of Iran to look over the contracts to open up a new Steve Wynn facility in the heart of Tehran and Esfahan. Ribono Shalom, from my lips to Hashem's ears in Shemayim. Ribono Shalom.
What do you guys think? The palace be a great? I mean, it's a big palace, right?
You mean the place that he's
Not the Shah, the Ayatollah's palace. Yeah, the one, the dead Ayatollah's palace.
Yeah, the first
Abby, did you know in Chicago, we're about to open up one of the largest casinos in the country in downtown Chicago, a new Bally's casino? Did you know that, Abby?
I actually know a lot about that company, John. A lot about it.
Well, you could have invested in the new casino in downtown Chicago.
About manufacturing. What do you want to talk about? O'Donnell? You want to talk about the people who started it?
The O'Donnells.
Yeah, I still like. I know Marion Adelson. People keep on talking about
Adelson, not
Adelson. So Adelson. They talk about, and Macau, and then I was watching like this video maybe like a week ago, and it was a guy who's like I guess a security professional. In other words, he's somebody who's very experienced when it comes to catching cheaters in casinos, and he was showing all of these tricks, which I thought were like really. I was like, wow, people really come up with the craziest shit to cheat the system. But he's somebody who I guess primarily spent his time in Vegas, but he was also working in Macau. And I guess like how does Allison how did Westerners get a foothold into
You really want to hear
resorts in
You want to hear
Macau?
the story from the beginning?
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, all right, if I start boring you, you guys can stop. So there was, it's called a SAR, a Special Administrative Region. It's like Hong Kong, similar. So it's part of China, but it was controlled by Portugal, and in a joint agreement. And then just like Hong Kong turned over to China, it turned from Portugal over to China. Around 3 years after Hong Kong did. So they had gaming there. It was a guy named Stanley Ho, and he had whatever casinos were there, whatever gaming was there, he was the only license, the only one who had it. And he had a very famous casino. It's still there called the Lisboa. I mean, everything was kind of around Portugal because it's Portuguese law there and Portuguese influence. The Chinese government and the region decided to issue new licenses and breathe, life into the island, and to change up the business. So they offered out a bidding process all over the world for gaming companies to come in. I might be wrong on my number, but there was at least 25 approximately companies, maybe more, that came in the initial bidding when they put out the offering. And then it kind of dwindled down. It went down to maybe 8 or 9 that were left. I mean, all major companies. Ultimately, they had three gaming licenses to give out. So ultimately, those 3 licenses, one went to Stanley Ho, who had the existing properties. The other one went to Wynn Resorts, and the third one went to Las Vegas Sands, which was controlled by Sheldon Adelson at the time. They all did sub-concessions, meaning they sold a sub-concession of their license to other companies. So essentially, you ended up with 6 gaming licensing and organized crime and all kinds of sub-concessions from him. And also the other 2, Wynn and LVS, needed to distance themselves from him. That's a side note because that plays into how MGM got there. Because Stanley Ho's daughter, Pansy Ho, got his sub-concession, and ultimately it went to MGM, who had to show that they didn't have dealings with organized crime, and they had an ownership in a New Jersey casino, and New Jersey basically kicked them out of New Jersey, and you know how big MGM is, because at the time, because they were in dealings with Pansy Ho. You following me so far? So there was that was kind of laying out what was about to happen. Then the U.S. companies went in. They actually built land. So filled what's totally illegal to do in the U.S. They actually filled where there was water and created land masses where the main areas, the Cotai Strip, which is where the Venetian and several of the pieces of property that he had. And then in Old Macau, where the original sands went up before the Venetian was built in Macau. So then it became, how do I say this, like beyond a cash cow, like money you can't even imagine. So this is a statistic, you can Google it, you can read about it, but one casino of the many casinos that are there, in one night, more money is dropped than all of the Las Vegas Strip, all of Las Vegas combined. One night in one casino there. That's how much money was getting wagered. When you gamble there, if you're playing blackjack, there could be 8, 10 people behind you betting on your bet. it's kind of insane, but it's it's like almost a religion in a sense.
You can
in
bet
that
on
culture.
bets.
You can bet on bets. So they also had a very high gaming tax, one of like 40% and then there's additional. They have these VIP rooms where the junketeers would be making a percentage of the bets also. So it gets a little more complicated. But anyway, long story short, it's very built. That's how the U.S. companies came in. And now there's, then the sub-concession was an Australian company. I don't know if you've ever heard of Kerry Packer. Anyway, Crown. But sub-concessions came in and built up. I mean, the Venetian there, the one in Vegas, it dwarfs the one in Vegas. It's huge. Anyway, it's very, very successful, and it's what made these companies trade high. I mean, as Vegas changed and became more hospitality, gaming was much bigger there. And then obviously LBS opened up the major casino in Singapore to expand the Asian gaming. That's kind of a nutshell on it.
You work in the industry. Is there like a cultural acceptance towards gambling within that you don't go to?
Yeah, it's completely part of their culture. I mean, it's woven into their culture. But on a side note, in another conversation, we could talk all about how you catch cheats and what the eye in the sky is and how the camera systems work. And you get trained to look, to watch for sleight of hand. Obviously equipment. You have safe games where you have gaming commissions. Like Vegas is a very safe game. The roulette wheels are calibrated every week. They check them for any magnet systems that come in. I mean, there's ways the cheats have been cheating for years. Different than counting cards, which is a different conversation. But you ever want to see something amazing, you tour the eye in the sky and you watch the surveillance system.
Okay.
And know that they have facial recognition before the cops
Is poker?
That couldn't be. We had a company function at a casino, and he could not go because he put himself on the exclusion list. But even if you put yourself on the exclusion list here in Arizona, if you violate it, it's a felony.
Abby,
we have a black book here.
Abby, is poker big over there?
It's huge. It's not like New Jersey's black book is probably 10 times.
It's like everybody in the mafia.
I mean, to get on the black book here, you got to be. There's only like 35 people on it. You have to be really, really, really bad. Jersey's is huge. Anyway, but the whole process of catching cheats is another conversation. It's very it's intricate work, but it's very cool to watch, to go up to where they have the eyes in the sky.
Abby, I hate to interrupt you. Abby, one of my YouTube viewers. Excuse me, Pepe. There's other people that exist on this platform, on the stage.
Shut up.
Well, you're dominating the stage as always. One of my viewers. I know. I got a question for her as well. So, okay, go ahead. The way you say "shut up" is like kind of gay.
It's very, very controlled. The gaming board and the gaming commission is extremely strict. Everything is monitored. Everything is controlled. I mean, and when you have a license, I mean, I've gone through licensing. Every check you've ever written, all your money transaction, going back, for us, it went all the way back to college. They reviewed every transaction, and anything that has a scent of a connection to organized crime or any illegal, anything, any financial crime,
Not
You
close
can't get,
enough.
you can't get a license, you can't do business.
This is one of my questions. I got a new question for you, Abby. I gotta get in the queue here. I gotta get in the queue here. Moderators, I'm just gonna keep talking.
Shut up, John.
One of my YouTube viewers wants to know, Abby, did you know Sam Rothstein? Ace Rothstein.
Okay, so this guy was obviously, they brought him on because he's, I'm guessing, like a very well-respected and experienced, security guy that can catch the cheating. But it seems like the methods are so subtle and so advanced that the learning curve to be able to detect who's cheating would be like, that must be a really hard job to.
We're looking at one of the systems that they use for other security needs for something unrelated. And they were saying that it's like it was like a month that you could take this class. It was a month long.
Just a vessel in the steady. Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram, starting at upper right. The words book.
But to love me is better than all things. If under the night stars in the desert thou presently
Watermelon rainbow.
Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. Watermelon rainbow. You look orange. Catching neon futures. Catching neon futures. Catching neon futures.
he kneel adore, rises, turns, shows the cup to the people, turns, replaces the cup, and adores music. For this is the covenant of resurrection. He makes the 5 crosses on the priest. Accept, O Lord, this sacrifice of life and joy, true warrants of the covenant of resurrection. The priest offers the lance to the priestess, who kisses it. He then touches her between the breasts and upon the body. He then flings out his arms upward, as comprehending the whole shrine. Let this offering be borne upon the waves of ether to our Lord, and Father the Son that travelleth over the heavens in his name on closes his hands, kisses the priestess between the breasts, and makes 3 great crosses over the pattern. The cup, and himself, he strikes his breast. All repeat this action. Hear ye all, saints of the true church of old time, now essentially present, that of ye we claim heirship, with ye we claim communion, from ye we claim benediction in the name of But to love me is better than all things. If under the night stars in the desert thou presently burnest mine incense before me, invoking me with a pure heart, and a serpent flame therein, thou shalt come a little to lie in my bosom. For one kiss wilt thou then be willing to give all. But whoso gives one particle of dust shall lose all in that hour. Ye shall gather goods and store of women and spices. Ye shall wear rich jewels. Ye shall exceed the nations of the earth in splendor and pride. But always in the love of me, and so shall ye come to my joy. I trust you earnestly to come before me in a single robe and come into the rich headdress. I love you. I yearn to you.
You said elections coming Tuesday. By Thursday, signs are on. See the posters on my corner. Name in red and white and strong. Phone lights up with all the headlines. Futures calling, streets undone. Every ward in every station, every vote, it starts with one. John Kitover.
inside the room, Johnny. On your lips like something new. You pull me closer by the collar. Say I don't usually even bother. Pretend that you wanna bother. We can make this get love. You and me. Do it at the midnight boost. Yeah, right here. And as soon as I go boom, in my head, future ahead, water to water. We're changing the room. You and me. Don't let the midnight voice looking like a mess for you. If this is good, please where's your back door? Let's save your pocket over.
The symbolism of the fool is best explained by first considering the meaning of the Hebrew letter Aleph attributed. This key Aleph means oxen, symbolized the motive power in agriculture, because they were used to pull plows, and so agriculture is the basic form of civilization. Thus, the letter Aleph symbolizes cultural power, creative energy, life power, the vital principle of plants, animals, and men, which comes to us in physical form as the energy of the sun. This principle is also called life. Breath. It is the Greek pneuma, the Sanskrit prana, the Hebrew ruach, the Latin spiritus. Literally, these words mean breath. Secondarily, they refer to the spirit or all-pervading life, energy. This meaning is substantiated in the title. For fool is derived from the Latin phallus, meaning a bag of breath. The number 0 carries this idea a step farther. It is a symbol of the limitless, unconditioned life. The 0 is shaped like an egg, hence its symbol. Pass. Not. In the picture, the sun refers to the one force. It is to indicate that it is the universal radiant energy which is concentrated. To speak what he will, to write what he will, to draw, paint, carve, and scroll, as he will. Light radiated from all of the suns in the universe. The mountains represent the abstract mathematical conceptions which are behind all knowledge of nature as such. They are cold and uninteresting to many, but the melting of the snow upon the peaks feeds the streams that make fertile the valleys below. So will the principles of ageless wisdom feed your consciousness and make fertile your mental imagery, thus transforming your life. The fool is eternal youth. He shows that the one force never ages. It's always at the height of its power. His attitude expresses confidence and joyful aspiration. The wreath around the fool's head symbolizes the vegetable kingdom, also victory. The wand is will, the wallet memory. Force manifests itself.
The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end.
The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. This is a central point to occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal agent's left hand points to the ground in a gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are the wand, cup, sword, and tentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is the subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The astrological attribution of Kitover is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped.
This garden has a close connection with the faculty of reason. When we consider reason as insight or mental vision, physical sight is also meant here, and the orange background is symbolic of the sun, source of the light by means of which we are able to see. The mountain represents the fiery activity of Mars and Aries, which are attributes of this key. Aries is also symbolized by the ram's heads on shoulder and throne, and Mars by the steel armor with which the emperor is clad. The 12 points that ornament the helmet are also astrological. The globe is a conventional symbol of dominion. This globe and cross, like the circle and toe of the scepter, symbolize the masculine and feminine potencies of the radiant mental energy, or life force. The purple flaps over his armor hint at his rouge, since purple is the color of royalty. This garden has a close connection with the faculty of reason. Apart or to separate. In addition to that, the zodiacal sign, Gemini, is attributed to this key.
Intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion. Force manifest itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion. must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution.
By his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above.
This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematics. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice, which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire. Point of occulted doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtler forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also of the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in the gesture of concentration. Black hair man with a white beard symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician, the influence of the wand, cup, sword, and pentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and the subconscious mind, which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, representing an abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. To the high priestess. The astrological attribution of Kitover is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror, and ideas. The crescent moon is cup-shaped and force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. By his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtle forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal 8 represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in a gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire. The white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are a wand, cup, sword, and tentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is a subconscious mind which is cultivated by the acts of attention of the self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The astrological attribution of Kitover is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup manifests itself. The force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must have a master. The magician! The title refers to man as the director of the force by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists as initiation. The number one, which is geometrically symbolized as a point, means concentration, attention, a limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work. Study this key carefully, and it will help you to learn to concentrate, for its symbolism was created to that end. The roses of the arbor symbolize desire, and it has been wisely said that desire is the motivation of evolution. By his posture, clearly indicates that he draws power from above. This is a central point of occult doctrine, because you cannot even begin to use the subtle forces of nature until you realize that you do nothing of yourself, but simply act as a channel through which the life force expresses itself. His uplifted wand is a symbol of his ability to direct the natural forces with which he works. Also the Hermetic axiom, that which is above is as that which is below. The horizontal H represents dominion, strength, and control, and is also the mathematical sign of infinity. The magician's left hand points to the ground in a gesture of concentration. The black hair bound with a white band symbolizes the limitation of ignorance by knowledge. The red rose is action and desire, the white undergarment, symbolizing wisdom, is encircled with the serpent of eternity. The table is the field of attention, which is the workbench of the magician. The implements are the wand, cup, sword, and tentacle. They represent fire, water, air, and earth. Also will, imagination, action, and physical embodiment. The garden is a subconscious mind which is cultivated by the activation of a self-conscious mind. From this garden spring all of the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. The astrological evolution of G2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror. Like ideas, the crescent moon is cup-shaped. Force manifests itself. The little dog symbolizes the intellect, the merely reasoning mind. He is a faithful companion, but must receive as the magician. The title refers to man as the director of the force, by which he transforms his consciousness and reaches the stage known to occultists. This card has a close connection with... The the number 1, which is geometrically symbolized as point, means concentration, attention, limiting of the field of activity. This refers to the practice, which is absolutely indispensable to all aspirants for truth. Until you have learned how to concentrate, you cannot perform the great work.
The darkness
Study this
recedes
key
as the
carefully,
light
and
shines
it will
on the
help
bright.
you to learn to
Until
concentrate
at last we find ourselves upon the heights to which we now
to
aspire.
that end.
10.
The
The
rules
wheel
of
of
the art
fortune
symbolize this process, and it has
is
been
the key
wisely
word
said
assigned to
that
the wheel of
desire is the
fortune,
motivation of evolution.
related to such ideas as spin, circulation, rolling, whirling, wheeling, eto.
This is a central
What is meant
point
here is
of
that the
this
symbology
doctrine, because you
of
cannot
this
even
key
begin to
refers
use
to the
the
emission
subtle
of
forces
whirling
of
motion,
nature until
the
you
vast
realize
expanse
that
of the
you do
root
nothing of
substance of the
yourself,
universe,
but
which
simply
occultists
acts as a
call the
channel
limitless
through
light.
which the life force expresses.
Differentiations of this
Is
primary
uplifting
motion,
one is a
because
symbol
all
of
changes in
beauty,
form or
direct
quality on every plane. The title refers to the attribution to this key of the pair of opposites, cavity.
horizontal
The rewarding intelligence is attributed to it, and the planet Jupiter, which is called in astrology the greater fortune, and is stated to have tremendous influence for prosperity and all benefits when well placed in a horoscope. Cherub emblems are the cherubs mentioned in Ezekiel as represent the four fixed signs of the zodiac. The wheel itself is the symbol of the whole cycle of cosmic expansion. The yellow serpent, whose movement suggests vibration, represents the seven greatest energy of form into matter. Typifies the will to the expectations of a sovereign journey. In this cycle,
all the powers of subconsciousness. Lilies, because they are white and six-petaled, represent the abstract perception of truth, as well as the cosmic laws and principles by which the universe is sustained. To the high priestess. The astrological attribution of key 2 is the moon. The moon is a reflector of sunlight, and thus is a symbol of reflection, duplication, as in a mirror, and ideas. The crescent moon is cup-shaped, and I am the charioteer of the...
Hey, Beaver, I heard you're the problem. And I saw a video of this kid, Nolan Wells, on the back of a boat having a good old time on a river. And I didn't suspect no foul play. That man seemed to be like a part of the crowd. Unfortunately, accidents do happen. Hello?
Do the Bill Clinton voice.
Hey, Monica, could you send Monica in here? Hey, darling. You know what I'd like you to do, Monica?
What's that, Mr. President?
Come on over here, Monica. Let me show you something at the desk. Open up that drawer right there and take out what you see. Oh, Mr. President. Hold on a second. I got a call from Jeff. Hey, Jeffrey. Yeah, I'll see you on the island this weekend. Monica, come on over here and say hi to Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Hey, Monica. It's Jeffrey. All right, Jeff, I'll see you this week and take it. Monica, come over here and suck daddy's dick. Mr. President. Dum-bum.
You can do stand-up.
I do stand-up. I only have 150,000 fucking videos up on YouTube, dude.
Does it not take off?
No, it's the smarter version of stand-up. Stand-up is for losers. Those are people who go out and drink and waste all their time in bars with other losers. Like, if you compare what those losers have to what I have, in terms of like content and digital assets, I'm like on the cutting edge. Most people are, living in 1999 in the bar scene. Hello?
Why do you think so many people are trying to manifest a murder out of this Nolan Wells situation?
Because it's like a subconscious boogeyman. It's like a mythology, or like a Candyman. Did you ever see the movie Candyman?
I don't remember.
It's like this ghetto murder movie where Bloody Mary. It's the same thing. Candyman. And then an N-word pops up with like a meat hook and it kills you in your ghetto low-income housing unit. That's what the whole movie's about. So what I'm trying to say is, when people unfortunately pass on and it involves like the boating community, accidents happen so much that to attribute this to foul play just shows you that like people hyper focus in on racial political issues, because it's not racial when you go off the back of the boat and the motor chops off your legs and you bleed out in the water. Like, these are accidents with power equipment. Let alone you are in desolate areas and drowning and swimming. Like, dude, the accidents fucking happen. And so that's why I brought up the Candyman thing, because it's like, especially on this app is, I know it's on other apps too, but like, this app is so many African Americans on this using this as like their fucking free conference call app. They're just looking for shit, and plus the media is playing it up. So it is what it is. But all this shit just will phase away. But like, if you want to have some fun, create another room and just call it like another Carmelo Anthony room on behalf of Nolan Wells. It's just this is content, dude. A lot of these African American.
I want Beema to write Carmelo in prison, but she hasn't done it yet.
I created a new house today called Beema something. Can't remember what the rest of it is, but oh man. I wanted to tell her that I actually kind of figured out a way to make structural white racism work in conjunction with reparations. Because a lot of African Americans have been Americans longer generationally than the boom in 1900 from Ellis Island and all the Europeans coming in. So what the African Americans should have done in the late 1800s was prevented the mass migration of white people, and they could have taken over America, as a tribe, if they could have like got their act together. But because of structural white racism and Jim Crow and redlining and all this like suppression of African Americans, you could make the argument that African Americans are due reparations, but you'd have to admit that they were politically unable or didn't have the willpower. That's the question. Is it their willpower, or is it actual structural white racism and suppression of their willpower, which wasn't able to manifest because of, toxic white structural racism? So that's how I would identify the key time period where they lost big time, because the American population exploded around 1900. So that's my explanation for reparations and why they got shafted so bad after liberation from slavery. What do you think?
Yes. So you're basically saying they had their chance and they blew it?
They had their chance and they blew it to become the majority or like a superior minority. They had that opportunity, but because of Ellis Island and mass European migration, they lost whatever hand they had. They lost it. So that's why it's a little hypocritical as as a white American European whose grandparents came over in 1900 to shit on an African American who's generationally longer in this country. And so that's why I say, like from a republic perspective, you could make the case that they were shafted and are due reparations. But there's two types of reparations. There's the individual plaintiff reparation, and then there's the class action reparation. But the numbers are so stupid that but plus, anyways, this guy Boutros, Attorney General, he's already figured it out that the Equal Protections Clause in the 14th Amendment, you can't create racial hierarchies and fund it. It's against the history of our progression of political thought and law. So reparations are out of the water, but I just think from a historical perspective, African Americans should make a big stink about 1900 and how they got shafted in terms of demographics. And maybe Dr. Peepee, the pseudo-intellectual historian who knows everything about these weird little minute things, which are so stupid. I keep quoting him, and I say, "That's not the topic! Stick to the topic, please!" Like, it is, he is such a bitch in these rooms, the way he talks to people, especially in Gary Bumgarner's room with his green bean and how the green beans can interrupt and pick apart your questions. Like, he got roasted by Smurf or Homer or whatever he goes by. He was like, "Shut your fucking hole, Marshall. You fucking faggot kicking me from rooms. Fucking fag." Like, this guy, he's a successful dude. He's like an investor and Jewish guy, I think. But he loves talking shit about liberal progressives. And really, Marshall is actually just a Democrat cosplaying as a Republican. And his candidate, Monica De La Cruz, who is a current congresswoman, they hate Trump. And Marshall talks shit about Trump all day, every day on this app. And he's a Republican? Like, does the guy not know what team he's on? And his congressman... Yeah, well, I don't know if he's a traitor, but I think he's just intentionally... I don't know, when you actually meet people that work in politics, try to play in politics, or have been in politics, I don't know, Marshall is just like, there's 10 Marshalls out there. He's not, he's Stephen Bader with an uglier face. I'm telling you, the Stephen Baders and the Marshall Stankin Rankins and that other guy who's a Democrat, they're all just Democrats, dude. They're all a part of the same fabric, cut in ugly different shapes. It's like this everywhere, dude. I'm telling you, this country is Democrat. There's so few Republicans. It's unbelievable. But anyways, back to Nolan and his event.
You feel sorry for being white?
And they went through Ellis Island. So I have no role or part. Or think my conscious...
Back in grade school with black people, did you feel a tingle inside or did you feel sorrow?
Well, I didn't really know just how brutal African American slavery was in this country, like with the masks and like the neck devices and a lot of stuff. And so as a child, I just had no feelings because I was never really shocked with the truth of slavery or punishments for slaves that misbehave, etc. Like, I mean, have you ever thought about like what it would have been like to own a plantation and you had 300 slaves that worked on your plantation and you had to basically run them industrially, psychologically, physically, mentally, nutritionally, housing, clothing, like they're your horse that you have to like take care of because each slave is worth like 300,000 at the time in today's dollars. So, you know, you have basically a robot body that you have to treat well to preserve your
I don't
investment.
think they were worth that much. I think they're probably like 40 to 50,000.
You could look it up. I was shocked that it was like in the hundreds of thousands. Yeah, because you know, think about it. Like getting a robot from Africa is expensive, even back in 1865. And like, you know, if your plantation is doing $1 million plus a year, I don't know. Anyways, you could like run the numbers, but I've read that the average slave got to keep more in his or her productive output than the average taxpayer gets to keep today. So you go to work 3 to 5 days to pay your federal taxes, but a slave only went to work 2 out of 5 days to pay for his own personal upkeep based on whatever that plantation slave owner would provide in terms of minimal housing, medicine, food, clothing, etc. So I know that's like very horrible thing to say, but I have read that they've actually picked the numbers apart. And statistically, slaves got to keep more than your average income earner here today because we're paying almost 50% of taxes at this point. Hello?
They got to keep something.
That's why I said the owner would have to kick back some of that slave's revenue generated to preserve the well-being of that investment to maximize.
Oh, just mean reinvesting. I thought you meant they actually got no small wage.
No, absolutely not. I mean, but they had to be provided with housing or something to keep them surviving. You wouldn't want your horse in your barn dying, would you? That's why I say you gotta like really try to like role play this out in your own head to understand what it was like to own slaves. It's not something that you can just like pass off and say, yeah, like you never thought about it. Like it's they are part of your lifestyle, you know? They are your slaves. And some slave owners probably educated their slaves because they're like, what else am I going to do? Let's just go read books to the slaves all night, you know? Try to make them hate us less, want to kill us less, and increase our return on investment and productivity for the week. So that's what I'm saying. It's a big mind fuck because like you're like manipulating, you know, etc. So it's like, did you have a working relationship with your slaves? There's a lot to think about. Hello?
Would you be a brutal dictator, or would you be like 15-minute breaks and vacation time and all that stuff?
Well, we know the vacation time, you know, there was probably some kind of downtime. But I bet you a lot of these slave owners used Christianity.
That's about it.
What was that?
Yeah, Christmas, one day.
Yeah, one day a year, not even New Year's. Well, you know, that's why I say it's like, see, the problem with communication is that so much of it, it's just like political memory repetition, but it's not based on what really was. And it's just so polarized to match the ideology of today. But again, I gave you the reason why I created that Bema room was because I was like, if there was a time in African American history where they lost the biggest opportunity that they had to become the dominant force in America, it was in that brief period in the late 1800s. That's where they could have actually exercised political organization and action to take a large percentage of the government under their control, you know, politically, congressionally, senatorially. And they could have prevented the mass immigration of white people into this country. So if you talk about redlining, your fucking average block in a neighborhood in Brooklyn or, you know, Minneapolis, it doesn't matter. That's insignificant to the 100 million white people that came in through Ellis Island and just mass populated this country and completely.
How would they could have stopped though? I mean, how would they have stopped anything?
Well, what do you think the argument about today is? Nobody wants this mass Muslim migration that has happened into this country. So that's my point. Is like, look at the Somali situation in Minneapolis or Detroit, etc. And they've taken over the governments. And that's what I'm saying is the African Americans could have quadrupled their population, become a dominant force, and America could have become a black superpower. But it didn't happen. And that's what I'm saying is all these arguments are insignificant compared to that loss. All this bullshit about redlining and Jim Crow.
I don't understand what you mean.
I'm saying that after liberation from slavery, the argument would be is that they were prevented from becoming a political organized force in the government, and then all the mass white migration at 1900 completely destroyed the opportunity for the African Americans who are ADOS liberated to become political and economic power in America and share that, not even equally, but like either less or more. But I'm just saying that the mass migration in 1900 is the key point in economic history for African Americans to make claims and liability claims for class action or individual lawsuits for reparations. And again, this is all in the backdrop of today's mass migration. And I'm only bringing it up because we know this girl on this app named Bima, who is a social justice warrior and loves to claim that we live in a structural white racist society. So I'm only trying to bring in some evidence to this courtroom. I rest my case.
You gotta look at the time. You talk about early 1900s. I mean, black people did try to build their own communities, and each time they did, it got demolished by white mob. You're talking about lawsuits and all of that. You really think black people were gonna win a lawsuit in the 1900s? Class action lawsuits? No.
No, they didn't have the political capital, the intellectual capital, or the organizational capital needed to do something like what Kitover's saying.
No, it just seemed like every time the black community tried to, build up their community, build their own schools, hospitals, blah, 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 it just got demolished. And
Are you guys agreeing with me? People are starting fuck Israel? Are you agreeing with me?
I can't even understand what you're saying.
I see. Are you agree with me? Fuck Israel, free Palestine. Why are you muting me? Let me talk. Free country, free of speech.
It's not for you.
See that?
Not for you.
The other thing about
what the fuck are you first? I'm an Arabic nigga. I'm a fucking
Afwan Habibi. Let me finish your point. Is that America is not a democracy, and it's the proof is that if America was a democracy, African Americans in 1895 would have had enough votes to prevent mass white immigration into America. Therefore, we have a representative republic where our federal government sets rules and ordinances and amendments and acts and spends money in an undemocratic way, where we do not have individual liberty, and we have this like super blob that has always been operating outside of the ordinance of individual will or individual democracy. So that's the reality of our political industrial complex, and that's the explanation on why blacks have been redlined and delegitimized or have suffered in comparison to, I guess, the per capita of white people. Because if you buy yearbooks on eBay from America in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s,
You can do that.
Yeah, you can. And you can actually see the demographics of the classrooms at major universities or high schools, etc. And there's no black people in those yearbooks. None. And so
Schools are segregated.
it's more than that. I mean, well, I guess what I'm saying is that the lack of integration is the lack of economic equality, or at least equity. Anyways, I'm just saying there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, but you could call real politique. Hello?
Black, do you hate white people sometimes?
Did you say?
Do you sometimes hate white people?
No, I don't hate anybody. I dislike people, but I don't hate. I don't have hate in my heart. I do dislike. For me to hate somebody, it has to be real bad. I don't even hate Pepe with his ignorant ass. But I dislike a lot of people.
Do you ever have fantasies of torturing white people?
Absolutely not. And that's the thing. When I see anybody get tortured or hurt, that hurts my heart. I don't like to see anybody, white, black, Latino, Asian. I don't like to see anybody get tortured. And so that's what I'm saying about black people is black people cannot, in my opinion, and my factual opinion, really, because I believe it's fact, black people cannot be racist. We don't have the capacity over this tree, lynching white people, throwing them into ovens, accusing them of crimes they didn't even commit. I mean, you walk down the street, blink at a white woman, oh, here comes a white mob. You're convicted and killed or lynched. A lot of people really need to, go to the YouTube, look at some of the cases where black people have been convicted of some of the stupidest shit in this country and killed.
Well, I just want.
It's sad too, because I heard about the lady and her husband. Her husband got lynched over some land. I think his last name was Turner, I think. And then she spoke up about it. And then a white mob came to lynch her, and she was pregnant. Not only did they torture and lynch her, they cut the baby out of her. And I understand is why a group of white people would sit up there and just watch somebody get tortured and have smiles on their face, and it's really demonic. It's hate. It's hatred.
Well, I was going to say, if you talk to Bima, just tell her that my little research into structural white racism was my little way of giving back and fighting back if her theory is correct about the flat earth. But regardless of how I was born at my birth, or what the truth of the earth is, or what my death will be, I did my part today on behalf of Bima. Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. I stake my claim on the late 1890s as being the historical apocalypse of the African Americans in America.
What is her belief again? I'm sorry.
Racist society.
I mean, you don't think so?
Well, like you said, you Beaver asked you if you have ever hated white people or disliked white people, and you're like, no, I just hate and dislike annoying people. It has nothing to do with white skin, black skin, purple skin, brown skin, green skin, pink skin, red skin, brown. Like, you get my point? highly annoying people transcend racial consciousness. You just want to get away from horribly obnoxious, stupid, annoying people who waste your time and got stinky breath and stinky armpits, fat and they're nasty and they're annoying. Am I right? Am I right? I mean, if you think this is a structurally white racist society, provide some evidence or opinions on why that's so.
I mean, let's look at history. Look at this country. I mean, you think this country's not run by the white man? You think this country is not run by the white man?
See, if you
So
believe,
who's it run by? Government?
well, God, if you believe in a supreme power,
Government.
are you an atheist, Black?
No.
Oh, you believe in a supreme God?
I believe in God, yes. I believe that there's only one God.
One God, one will, right? One destiny, one plan, one man. Hello? That's why I say all this structural white racist is just stupid talk. It's really anti-God.
Yeah, I don't know that, but I can tell you this. Female might feel that way because I believe, she's with a Black man and maybe she learned a lot, being around, a Black person. So, maybe she didn't know a lot of stuff before she got with this person. Maybe she got education. So I really don't know. But you cannot sit up here and tell me in this country that there is not parts of this country where it's certain sections are, lower class people and upper class people. And who's mostly the upper class? It's not Black people. It's not Latinos.
Yeah, but there are upper class in the African American community. It's just so ridiculous to say there's not Black elites. For Christ's sake, King Lamar, Oprah. I mean, the list goes on and on. Jay-Z, Beyonce, dominating the media, dominating the industry. I've come to the conclusion that people in Clubhouse are extremely entitled and privileged because there are people that can come here 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week as if they're fucking rich. How the fuck can people spend this much time and give all their focus and all their concentration, all their mindfulness to a fucking conference call app with a bunch of people intentionally gaslighting each other? I'm just saying that everything is a bell-shaped curve, and when people say, it's a white man's world and there ain't no Blacks up there, it's like bullshit. African Americans are the cool people, didn't you know? And all the white people want to mingle with the cool people, like Barack Hussein Obama, who ain't even Black. Mama white? I mean, come on now. It's all theater.
Really not Black. He is half Black. He's half African.
He's half white.
His mother's white and his father is from Ghana. So he's half Black.
He's half.
He is.
He's half.
African.
He's gay. He's half white, and he married a trans Black man.
Come on now, that's silly. That is really. You guys are painting this narrative about Michelle Obama.
Why is Michelle Obama eating Altoids with George Bush, a war criminal? Like they're besties, and they're supposedly opposing political parties. Come on, it's a fucking theater show. These fuckers organized, controlled, manipulated. Obama is a white man's Uncle Tom. He's George Bush's Uncle Tom. He's George Bush's CIA bread and butter mind control project with a trans husband. I know it sounds ridiculous, but prove to me that Michelle Obama is the mother of those two children. Never seen a pregnancy photo. It's all bullshit. Surrogates.
That's a bunch of drama, propaganda, lies. No.
Prove
I don't
it.
believe that.
Show me the photo. Just Google it. Beautiful pregnancy photos of Michelle Obama. Never seen it. But I do know that her jaw, for a multimillionaire with $100 million, her teeth ain't even straight because they had to do teeth reduction or some kind of jaw surgery, tighten up that little aesthetic. And I know every photo is airbrushed. All those glamour shots, the perfect family while he's waging war in 10 Muslim countries in the Middle East as the president, dropping more bombs than all of World War II combined. The man is a war criminal and a vaccine criminal. He's the biggest slut, whore, demon prostitute we've ever had in the Oval Office. He should have been wearing a jacket that said Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, AstraZeneca, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Advanced Defense Material. Like, the guy is worth almost $1 billion now. His facility is worth $1 billion. The man is a fucking business genius. No doubt about it. But he's not in love with that man, Michael. You can see in the photos, there is something off about Michelle. And we live in an LGBTQIA+ world where trans is everywhere. The governors are trans. The congresswomen are trans. The military generals are trans. And you mean to tell me that the CIA, the biggest organization on the planet,
Okay. Eva, you wanted to say something?
Man, I'm out partying right now, man. I'm out with the white folks right now, man. This motherfucking busting, man. I gotta go to the audience. Oh, damn. Look at you. I can't say too much right now because I'm out. But when I get to the crib, it's busting. Shout out to Beaver, man. Make sure y'all follow the miles. What up, Black? What up, hey, you feel me? I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a little bit, though. I'm out partying with the white folks, you feel me? No cap.
you see that, Black? Timothy is celebrating in a structural white racist society, but he's having a good time. He ain't being oppressed. He ain't being redlined at the bar. It's a myth that racism is an epidemic. Bro, I'm not your bro, Black. My name is Ein. You can address me as my profile name, but I ain't your bro, Black. Address me as I would like to be addressed, which is Ein. Is that okay, Black? I ain't your bro.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I go to work, I'm around white people, and I'm not oppressed at work, even though I do believe certain areas, there is biases, but, I'm around white people all the time. Am I oppressed at work? No. But I'm not going to sit up here and deny that there's not issues in this world. So, you can, but I'm not.
A big rush. Powerful rush.
Well, you're putting words in my mouth that I didn't say, and I think everybody can obviously admit that there are issues in our society, in our government, on the world at large. So I'm just trying to put forward a positive, optimistic, neuro-linguistic program that helps people along their way. Because I ain't got all day to argue with you. You angry. I'm happy. Leave me me alone.
I heard you earlier. You just trying to downplay. You talking about the master. You know, when he owned slaves, he made sure that they had to be taken care of. That was scraps. Have you been on a plantation before? Have you seen where slaves lived? Come on, bro. You gotta do better than that.
No, I have been on a plantation, and I've seen slave quarters, and I've seen slave auction markets. Oh, I know. I mean, you know, it's horrific. I mean, the experience must have been awful, traumatic, terrible. Couldn't think of probably a worse situation to be in. You know, from the get-go, crossing the great ocean, stuffed in the bottom of a ship, disease, no food, water, horrible. How they even found the will to live. I'm sure a lot of slaves ended up making the ultimate decision to not live.
Jumped into the water.
I'm sure a lot of people chose death over slavery and servitude and punishment and censorship, because they were censored. And talk about platforms, they had no platforms. Their houses didn't even have platforms. They had mud floors with no plumbing, no hot water and heating, no kitchen, not even a couch. Just a straw wooden bed, not even bricks. Awful, horrible, terrible. Where is Alchek? So, Black, are you in the know about Nolan Wells? The boater?
Yeah, I know about Nolan Wells. Yeah, what about him?
Do you suspect foul play?
The only foul play, not directly on him, the only thing that I feel is they knew that he had drowned and they just left him. And that's just the bottom line. So, do I believe that they hit him with an object? Or no, I don't. But I do believe they saw this young man drown and they just left him like nothing, like a piece of garbage. So, yeah.
Well, to say that they thought he was a piece of garbage is really insensitive and lacking, I think, in awareness or context. Because I've seen video. It's not a pat on the back kind of a thing. I think that you are injecting your opinion into a tragedy where many of these people, he was their friend. And they're very sad.
My opinion?
Yeah, but I think your opinion's way the fuck off. Because
no, it's not. It actually isn't.
Well,
okay.
The reason
I just told you I don't believe that they, put hands on him or anything like that.
I heard
However,
you.
they left.
I know, but if your claim is that they saw him drowned, and let's say
they did.
Okay, but you're also implying that they couldn't retrieve the body, or they decided to just leave it. But when you're dead, and the fact is they didn't kill this kid. And as I was talking to Beaver earlier, I used to have a boat, and I have more boating experience maybe than others, and I follow the news. And in Chicago, we have what's called the playpen, where there's a lot of boats. So that means a lot of accidents, horrible accidents, because you're dealing with power motors, huge machinery at high speeds. And so, I guess I won't continue speaking because I hate being.
At the end of the day, bro, they had a car and they left, but just in the water, you just don't leave your friend, only person by himself. Like that's not normal. That is not normal at all, and that's just the bottom line.
mean, your intuition could be spot on, but it could also be off. That, I mean, I've never been in a situation like that where somebody, that you knew, because I've seen the videos of the kid on the boat, like he was part of the crew, and I've seen the cross-examination of these kids, the depositions and subpoenas, and the black lawyer asking all these questions. It's, you got to be a little, I guess, aggressive to try to see if you can get a reaction, to try to find some kind of truth or something. But it's my opinion that this topic is very much like Carmelo Anthony, where black fragility is really what's at stake here. And this poor kid's death is being used for political communication to kick a dead horse for no other reason than lack of creativity, lack of focus, lack of concentration, and the mythology of structural white racism, and using this poor kid as a piece of evidence in a non-existent court case for lonely bored people to continue to spam the internet with their bullshit. Hello.
How do you respond, Black?
Oh, no, I don't know what to say. It's in and out.
She don't even know what to say.
What's his name? The black guy who wants to be white. What's his name? I don't know. I forgot his name. Anyway, listen. Sad case. Very sad case. Carmelo. Am I saying it right? Carmelo Anthony. Sad case. Very sad. It's very sad when, people pass. It is. And at such a young age, sometimes our choices put us in bad situations. Like, again, and I'm just going to say this again. You're on a boat with a group of friends, partying, whatever you're doing. You cannot tell me that out of all those people, he's the only one left behind. Okay, something doesn't add up with that. He's the only one, nobody else left with him. He's just by himself. Something's not right there. So, it is what it is. It's sad. I hope they find the truth of what happened to him. He does deserve justice. Those are not friends, because nobody should be leaving anybody behind. What? What'd you say?
I said, if you ever been on a boat, there's a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of spiders.
Okay. So what are you saying?
That could have been one of the determining factors why they decided to head back to port, to the dock, because they were like, fuck it, let's get out of here. There's a lot of mosquitoes, and I'm getting bit up. Fuck. And there's a lot of spiders over here. Fuck, let's go!
Okay, well, I thought the boat ride was pretty long, so if they knew all that, why even get into the boat? Because I'm not trying to get bit up by, get my body marked up. I know with Caucasian people, when they get bit up, as one of my friends, their body turns red. Me, I got all kind of dark spots on my body when I've been bitten. So, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. We just stay off the boat and play in the water and sand.
Well, I was on a boat one time in college. I got my boat license. I took out a boat with two friends of mine to go water skiing, and the water was ice cold. And I said to my friend, I said, bro, there's no way. I can't do this. It's too cold. He says, go stand in the back of the boat. There's a puddle. It'll cool you off from your feet. I'm standing in the water in the boat. I'm like, yeah, maybe this will work. Next thing I know, he shoves me over the back of the fucking boat. So friends fuck around on boats, and people get clipped, you know? I got a bunch of friends, and, you know, I mean, in hindsight, they're kind of assholes. They weren't necessarily looking out for me. They were kind of like parasitically using me to have a good time, and I suffered the consequences of the fake friendship. And I think that that's what could have maybe happened to this young man.
So sad. Oh my God, I didn't see you come in. What is wrong with this app?
I'm black, girl. What's the latest and greatest on that cake?
Nothing. The room was running on fumes. So I changed it to reservations.
Beaver, maybe you can give Matt a summary statement about my theory about how African Americans were apocalyptically decimated in the 1890s with the advent of regulated.
So, I don't really, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but whoever believes that African Americans missed their window back in the turn of the century with Ellis Island, they should have come together and stopped the mass immigration of Europeans, because that dilutes their numbers as a percentage of our population. Even though African Americans were tiny back then, weren't they? Like their percentage. So, I don't know.
Okay. So basically, prevent other people from coming in, so it would dilute their numbers, essentially, right? Okay. I don't know. I'm not African American. What have they said about it?
I don't think Black understood it either.
He was mostly trying to make a statement about Viva. So if she's not here, you know, you should probably explain that when Viva comes in here.
Peter lost his shit, so he got mad at Sig, and somebody, his voice changed. He's like, shut up, you don't know. And then he stormed on.
What did he say? What made everybody, or what made him mad?
Something about Iran, and somebody was saying, I forgot, I don't even remember what it was, but then Sig was like, it's not your turn to, don't talk, it's not your turn, and he just lost it. I'm trying to get him in here. I just don't get why all these people are, they're just so convinced, or it's like they want it to be a murder, they want this kid, no one else to have been killed. It's like they're trying to manifest a murder out of nothing.
I mean, I would have to agree quite a bit. I mean, could there be foul play? Sure. Could there not been foul play? Sure. We just gotta wait and see. I mean, from all that I've read the last little bit, I don't
anybody plotting to get him or something. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's somebody out there that knows something about like of the evil plot to kill him or something. I don't know, but I don't know. Like
I agree.
I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. I'm not willing to like just discard it, but man, those people were pretty dumb to plot to kill this kid like on such a busy holiday. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Well, the 20 Americans that have died in this conflict with Iran, that's real. You know, the hundreds of Americans that have been injured in the war with Iran, that's real. The 5,000 dead IRGC commanders, that's real. But this kid, coordinated murder or RICO. Oh, we got Tiger here. Maybe Tiger can help us. Tiger, talking about this young African American.
Kitover, you're a fucking retard. I'm not that interested.
Okay, so you're just kind of dismissing him. Like what happened to him was just like nothing.
Well, we're here talking like privileged, entitled people who are alive. Talking about a young man who died having a good time on a boat. He could have died in worse ways. He could have been born Chinese with a micro penis like Tiger, who goes into Gary Bumgarden's newsroom and starts saying anti-Semitic Jew hate remarks. What a racist and a bigot and a xenophobe and an anti-Semite. Shame on you, Tiger. And whoever your girlfriends are, I'm sure they're disappointed when they see a Tic Tac in between your yellow thighs. I rest my case.
Wow.
Mary, come on up.
Big bag. The power of the Big Bang Rush.
I think Mary heard, she heard Peter wig out and scream and yell and leave.
Oh. Tiger.
I don't understand why none of them know what happened. He just stayed behind, and that's it. They don't nothing. They have no clue. All those people on the boat, no clue. He just stayed behind. That's it. That's ludicrous.
They probably drowned and nobody saw what happened, and then they left because they thought he was going with somebody else, and no one saw his body get washed away.
Yeah, I do believe he drowned, and I do believe they saw him drown.
So you don't think he got lynched?
That didn't come out my mouth.
No, I mean,
That
so like,
did
some
not
people think
come
he
out
got
my
lynched.
mouth.
I think there could be some truth to what Black is saying. Like, I was thinking about that, and like, if you're like horsing around or whatever, you're just like goofing off with your friends, and like, you know, if something were to like happen where he went, like, let's say he just went for a dare, did the old backflipperoo, and like, I don't know, hit, snap his neck or whatever. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be like panicking quite a bit. I might actually take off and like freak out a little bit. Now, would I not call 911 on the way, on the way back or whatever? I guess I don't even know what I mean. That's true. That's kind of weird they didn't stay around to help. I mean, I don't know. Actually, maybe like, man, I gotta rethink this. Like, but I get what Black Girl's talking about. It's like, you do kind of get like freaked out when you see a prank go wrong, I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that, but like you watch one of your friends do something crazy and you're just like, oh shit, like, I'm not dealing with this right now.
People do that all the time. They do that all the time. They mess up and then let me get up.
But like they know that whatever's going on with him, like they don't want to be part of that. I don't know, man. Like I can see, like, especially if you're drinking and doing all that shit, like you can get pretty paranoid pretty quickly, Maybe like
it's kind of a stretch a little bit because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how good friends they really all were, but if there was like, you know, if they were just kind of like, I don't know, adjacent friends there, then maybe they'll be more willing to like just take off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're like all this great, really, really good friends. Maybe they were. I don't know. I don't know like the history of all the people. You know.
See, this is like people talking about the movie Scream or something that never saw it. Nobody knows nothing. Because it was an accident. Because it wasn't a murder.
What?
Yeah, I don't think anybody say it's a murder. Like, I don't think anybody intentionally went out there to kill Nolan or whatever. I think it was just like, oh shit, damn, I think he might have like broke his neck or something, and like I don't want to be part of this right now. Like, we're out of here.
Well,
and then like that doesn't excuse them, but like that's what happened. You know what I mean? Probably.
but see, if it wasn't a structurally white racist society, we would actually have courageous people that want to help save their friend that's drowning. But at some point, you still got to throw the towel in and say, you know what? We can't find the body. It's getting late. We've already sent in the coordinates, etc. Like, you know, when did they pull the plug? Was it too soon?
I mean, the search party part of it, did they search all night for him? I don't know. Like, all I know is his body on the next day, basically, right? Or something, or a day or two more. I don't remember. But like, the actual search party, I don't really remember hearing about, like, what actually was done for that part of things. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think. I mean, because it's dark, I don't know if they'd be, you know, looking in the water in the dark really good. So.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. They got flashlights. You hear those things called flashlights? You get in a fucking boat with flashlights and you go try to find somebody who's trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
The case is pretty strange, though. But again, I don't think anybody like intentionally went out for murder. Was there like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Goofing off, you know, doing things that like authority shouldn't know that you're doing, you know, aka drinking, aka drugs. Drugs isn't just weed or whatever, but I'm just saying, you know. And all that kind of stuff, sure, why not? So, like, nobody wants to have that put on them either. That's the other part of it.
Can I just quote Marshall Rankin and say, you're off topic! You're off topic! Get back on topic! Rhetoric in the Gary Bumgarner News Hour. How do you plead, Tiger? Small dick Chinaman?
Can you give me an example of the retards like Kitover gets to survive so long? You know, I think the world is too kind to retards like him. There needs to be more evolution pressure so that low IQ like him gets cut off earlier.
Tigers.
I sure hope you fail to reproduce for the purity of the future of the human survival.
Tiger, he replaced John for Nolan. Is that what you're saying? Like, you would have rather had Kitover be the person that died? I mean, this guy.
I don't give a fuck if he lives or die. I just hope he doesn't get any children.
No reproducing. Okay.
That's typical eugenic talk from a chai cow.
Norm hasn't been in here since I told him to go eat worms, and then Pepe, he's really pissed at us.
Well, what the fuck y'all doing up there now? You just modded the nigga yesterday. What the fuck?
I know, but like, you don't hear him come in there and it's like, these people are mad, they steal my ideas for rooms, and they don't mind me, they think I talk too much and take up too much time instead of myself, and they like to mod stupid N-words. I think he was talking about you.
That's crazy, because I was just in the room. I just was minding in the room with him with Sig. He didn't say shit. But, bro, I learned on this app, bro, people be sneak dissing like a motherfucker, but don't say shit when you on stage with them, bro. Them type of niggas, they hoes, bro. You can't, I don't even pay them niggas no mind for real, bro. But it's crazy that he feels some type of way because you just modded the nigga last night. Like, that's why
I only modded him because I knew he would fight back against that one argument, and I was too lazy to do it.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. I know it's just an app, but y'all niggas gotta get them fake ass niggas out y'all circle, man. I know it's just an app, it's just Clubhouse, that shit ain't serious. But that fake ass shit, that shit not cool, bro. Like
what Beamer did?
No, I'm just talking in general. But I'm talking about Petty right now. If he feels some type of way, I mean, I don't know how. You just was fucking with the nigga last night. Like, I'm cool with Beamer, but I just don't like that fake shit. Like that shit fake as hell, bro. You literally just modded the nigga last night. He ain't say shit to you. Like, he ain't say shit. You let the nigga get his shit off too. So it's like, bro, the fuck is you bitching about?
But, you know, there's no, like, way to actually suffer or have any loss.
And the crazy shit is, y'all be telling me motherfuckers, all these people be feeling some type of way about me, but it's crazy because I be feeling like motherfuckers, I be looking in the comments and in the chat and shit, motherfuckers be like, bro, I fuck with Himothy for real. Like, Himothy know how to moderate for real. Like, I feel like I know how to moderate for real, bro. Like, yeah. So it's like, I don't understand the hate that I be receiving, bro. Like, it be like a nigga for real in a white space. Like, they keep calling this a white space. I don't think it's a white space, though. Like, I don't think they be saying y'all niggas is racist.
That's the thing, it would be like, why does Pepe think this is white America? Like, this is not his house. Like, I'm confused. As far as I know, this is called the President's house, and he has a house called White America. So I'm not entirely sure why he's confusing the two. I don't get it, you know?
Honestly, it's y'all niggas.
Yeah, we bought it together.
Y'all niggas been rocking with him for so long. He even in the White America house, so it's like he kind of damn near feel like y'all don't owe him this shit, but it's just like that's what it's coming off as. Like, shit, nigga, y'all owe me this shit for real. Like, shit weird.
No, it is a bit. I mean, minute he said that. I mean, he's like, oh, you know, mod you in White America. Like, why are you modding me anymore? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, we kind of run things a little differently. Plus, like I said, I've said this plenty of times. It depends on who's running the room. Like, Beaver will mod whoever he mods, and then, like, I'll mod whoever I mod. I'm not saying that either one of us would mod Pepe, but, like, you know, it doesn't have to always be the same mod every time, you know?
Thanks. And that's what I was saying the other day when we was talking about that moderator shit, bro. Like, people take that shit to heart for real. Like, if y'all didn't mind me, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would still support y'all. I would still pull up in the room. It ain't nothing, bro. Like, but people really take that shit to the heart, bro. And that shit just weird. But I fuck with y'all for real, so I'll go to war for y'all on this app, if that makes sense. But y'all just got a lot of fake ass people, bro. That shit not cool for real. I call that shit out for what it is. That shit weird.
I don't think I'm wrong to say that, you know, when certain people come into a room and they literally speak for 2 hours and nobody really gets a chance to get in, that's pretty disrespectful, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the only room that they will do it in. They'll
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm like,
it sounds like a little bit of envy, man. y'all niggas damn near overlap that nigga for real. Like, you don't need white America no more. You got your own shit. And it's like, damn, like, he probably like, damn, I'm out of these niggas in white America. You wouldn't have no platform without me type shit. That's how he probably feel for real.
Pepe is really PG-13 rated R. There are other people who go into NC-17 and X-rated, like Rich. Pepe doesn't necessarily trigger hate speech, abuse, or harassment of protected classes. He's kind of careful about what he says.
That's a lie.
That's cap, bro. Like, don't get me wrong.
He called me a nigger. Do you understand that? He called me a nigger.
See, the thing with Pepe, he knows
I had
how
a black
to...
man stand up for me in that space. He disrespected me to the fullest.
See, that's the thing, Black. When Pepe moderates, at least how I come from, especially black people. So it's like cut off, but in the same breath, he could derail a room too with all that bullshit he be saying. So it's like you gotta be. It's like a coin for real, like, and you gotta be careful with that shit. But I just feel like he getting jealous of y'all for real, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Yes, yeah, you're the one.
Like, that's the thing, is like, obviously, he does that show, whatever, that's fine. Everybody, I let everybody speak. And I still will, obviously. He came in right now, let him speak. I just thought there were people, just not the thing. Like, especially if I wanted to discussion. I mean, there's moments to do stuff, and there's moments not to do stuff. Trying to get, like, long now. And, like, I don't know, like, honestly, my ears were, like, I was getting, not my ears, well, actually my ears too, but I was actually getting a headache, like I was telling Beaver, like, I literally, all the screaming and yelling, after a while, I literally was just asking, like, can you just, like, chill out a little bit? Like, it was, like, literally gave me a headache. I didn't come on this app to have a headache, so, you know, it is what it is, but I have nothing against Pepe, it's just, I gotta run the show, you know?
Facts. None of this old shit, bro. And I think all the other people, even though, you feel me, you shouldn't even give a fuck about what the next nigga or the next bitch feel about you. But I feel like when people say, oh, Beaver's racist or Matt is racist, I think that just stems from you being around Pepe and moderating Pepe and letting Pepe just get his shit off. Like, I don't think y'all racist at all. Like, I don't get a bit of racism from y'all. For real.
Oh, I know that. I mean, I know just by being associated with him. Like, literally, I was a lot on his stage for like just about. Well, I know for a fact for like 6 months straight. He eventually became white America at the height of this app with what was going on. Like, I already knew I was going to be associated with that shit, but you know, it was good to have the topics and like the entertainment and all that kind of stuff. It still is, whatever, you know. But I already knew that going into it. I mean, just I already knew that. Like, and plus, like, you know how it goes on this app. White people are already by default just racist, labeled racist anyway. So who cares at that point? Like, I might as well just like embrace it at that point. You know what I mean?
They came in right after Pepe settled that shit. He was like, yeah, Matt and Beaver, they just wouldn't be. They wouldn't be.
Wait, there's someone that said that? That's hilarious.
He was that BWA Haitian guy or some other guy that's not on here. It was one of the two.
They would have to, Beaver, they would have to each day, we're not have to.
He could derail a room too. With all that bullshit he be saying. So it's like,
He said he sounded like
you gotta be, it's like a coin for real. Like, man, he that nigga in the room, bro. I'm tired of eating y'all, bro. I'm telling you, call me, bro. But that nigga always on this. Like, my shit is weak.
Also, next to Pepe, I don't him either. Now, he's never called me anything. I never called him, but he might have felt how he talks to me. Very disrespectful.
Oh, he's
Quality.
Rich.
You guys come across as just normal people, right? Because I've known you, and I remember, I think each of you, I remember, probably done something racist in the past, and I heard I wasn't happy. But, we had back and forth. But you guys, after knowing you guys just normal. Everybody says something racist sometimes, especially, on Clubhouse. And Pepe is a little bit, you guys are the normal people. You guys are nice people too. Himothy is a really respectful guy. Actually, he's pretty good. But then you get Pepe, right? Pepe is like, I sort of understand him, but he's kind of overboard that he has to get a high out of getting controversy in the room and say something that he knows is going to have backlash, and he enjoys, engaging with that. I think that's a little bit morbid, but even that, I sort of understand, and he's not, at least with me, he doesn't go too far. But then you get, weirdos like Kitover or Rich. They're kind of the same weirdos. They have a million alt accounts and says nothing of value, but just enjoys being there and say something really stupid.
Projection mirror has been activated.
Their mom not like them or something. They're really stupid. I just don't understand outliers like this. I don't understand how normal human society. Scumbags such as this exists.
You reported one time, Tiger. I got clipped because of you one time. You're, you know what I mean? But we're all good.
And I want to thank Tiger for the shout out, but I really don't like being put in the same square box or circle as Rich. Rich can be funny at times, but by God, he is one of the most highly annoying people on this app because he refuses to stop talking when other people are talking and just keeps going. And when you have to listen to multiple people talk, it's just too taxing and annoying on the brain. And Rich is one of those extremely highly annoying people. And I'll be honest with you, like, if I knew him in the real world, I wouldn't want to know him in the real world. I wouldn't want to communicate with him in the real world. I wouldn't want to hang out with him in the real world. And that's just me. But Tiger here, for him to say that I am one of those types of retards like Rich, I have to push back and say I am my own special, unique retard faggot, unlike that faggot retard. I am complete.
I just don't waste my time categorizing different kinds of shit,
You believe in a universal turd. I got it. But that's your projection. That's you, China Tiger.
What's up, Skull?
It's good.
Man, that nigga lying, bro. Niggas need to beat that nigga in the room, bro.
Who?
All them niggas that be sneak this, bro.
Oh, he won't come in there.
Wait, I didn't hear who was it?
I think he's talking about Dan and Rich.
I don't.
All them niggas, man.
Wait, Rich will already show up here. So.
Yeah, he'll show up, but Dan definitely would.
Bro, them niggas said, come make the room. Like, man, y'all will be surprised what niggas say when y'all disappear, bro. At the minute in the night, bro. Y'all was like, niggas be saying off the wall shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas ain't build y'all shit up, bro. That's been weird, man.
Yeah, I'm catching everybody in the morning talking their shit in other rooms. It's crazy. I'm like, what happened, man? Like, I forget the band thing sounded like Bernard something. Does that ring a bell?
No.
It's some actor dude or some. I don't even know, but I need to find the name again. And like he was going on you, and then of course, I don't know, maybe a couple days before that, or actually that was today. You after Himothy saying, look at what they have up there on stage. I can't believe Concrete was actually talking to a guy like that. So, like they're totally looking down on people. Like this is so stupid. Like, yeah, man. It's his MO. Like, man is always about being above everybody else. So it's good.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah. He sounded like somebody one time. I didn't even understand his reference.
You heard him mention who he thought he You sound like?
No, like one time he said like he's like Matt Cole sounds like
Oh
something.
yeah.
I didn't even know what he meant.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what he's talking about. Of course, he did it purposely because then we're supposed to sound like we don't know anything, you know what I mean? By not knowing who that is, you know? But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, it's fitting. I'm not surprised.
What's up with Didi though, man? How the fuck y'all know? Like, how y'all know Didi? Are y'all
Yeah,
Didi? Like,
she was blowing me up last night. She said you kicked her out.
that bitch is just doing too much, bro. She popping on stage.
Oh, I know. She gets out of control. She can.
I think.
Oh, this is Madden Beaver's house. Like, I'm gonna go tell Madden Beaver, like.
The GG? Yeah. Wait, so people don't know how hard it is to run a room. Like, I don't even think people understand. Like, I don't think anybody on the stage that I'm looking here has ever run a room. Try doing it one night and let us know how it goes. Like, honestly, like, you really can't talk much shit about people who are running rooms. That's where I'm at, you know?
Yeah, and then Kitover said Brad's last name, and I was getting ready to boot him, but Brad beat me to it in my back channel. He's like, we're going to allow doxing.
Oh, no, not that again. Like, similar to the mountain one that we had a couple months ago.
Well, it was just, he just mentioned his last name.
Yeah, it's similar, like, it's very similar. Like, because that's what that was all about. That was going on there. He was
Yeah.
And then he did, and then, like, yeah, I don't know, everybody's, you have to please so many people, you know what I mean? Everybody's so, like, around each other so much. They all have personal issues, so you're having to get all those different angles, you know, now.
And then somebody messaged me that they were mad that Ema had her mod badge, and they wanted a mod badge.
Who's that? They were not really.
I'll tell you the badge.
Okay. I had that. I had everything that you mentioned before. Let's see, I had, well, I mean, I shouldn't mention anything, because they are private backs now, never mind.
I just want to have a good time enjoying libtards, leftist, you know, melting down and suffering during this Trump term.
Why can't we have nice things?
See, the fact that we have 40 trillion in debt and China carries like 10 trillion plus of ours, it's just dilution. Just like market cap equity, where if a corporation issues more shares, it dilutes all the pre-existing shareholders' positions. So that's why if we keep printing debt and we use it wisely, we can just dilute the Chinese debt that we owe. And so that's the problem is that the progressive liberal Democrats want to waste the money on inefficient, stupid projects and programs as opposed to real investment in this country, which is real goods, and that starts in the home. We need to build millions of homes in this country, and we need to dilute the Chinese creditors and do it simultaneously to fuck little Chi-Com tiny dickwads like Tiger who think I'm a retard.
She actually understood the comment now with a partner retard, but very didn't.
Tiger, the Zionists don't like you at all, do they, on this app? I've noticed.
I'm not American, so I don't care.
Yeah, I can think they got this thing on the app where if you're not American, your voice don't matter for real, which is crazy as fuck.
I've never understood that. I always want to hear what people think.
Yeah, I actually think you guys shouldn't care either. You know, as Americans, they hurt you the most. Yet you are so afraid of them. I don't understand this. Call them out.
Call them out. You don't understand economics. As if Tiger is like the creator of the universe or something. This fucking little chai-com, tiny dick faggot knows everything. I had so much fun hearing Brad rip your ass apart, Tiger. What's it like in the real world being such an effeminate little faggot? I mean, do you tell people that you're cool and you use a social audio clubhouse app to like voice your opinions?
I don't need to take it from Brad. It's not my thing. He's more style than substance.
Who do you hate more, Kitover? Marshall Stecken Rankin or Tiger?
Oh, Marshall for sure.
What about Marshall or Pepe?
Marshall for sure, because Marshall kicks me from rooms as if he's like the fucking, clubhouse police or something. It's so fucking annoying. But he got called out so bad by Smurf. He was like, shut your fucking hole, Marshall. You kicked me from rooms, you fucking faggot, pussy. I was like, yeah.
What happened to the Jewish guy that used to run rooms? I forgot his name, but I don't see him.
He was really like an asshole to people.
Just me or just black girl in the blender.
Who is the nigga that say he recorded our room?
It's Ayn right here, AYN. Oh no, the other guy last night. Oh, that D guy.
Feel the rush.
Oh shit. He said he recorded the room.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Sounds a bit weird.
All was getting that nigga ass last night, bro. Not you, but everybody was getting his ass, bro. He just got fed up. Shit. They got fed up. But he fuck with President Trump house for the most part. Like, that nigga he be in here all the time, bro. Shit, for a few hours too.
He was in another space for a couple hours too, so I'm not surprised he was here for a bit.
Who would y'all say is y'all most like lawyer, I want to say followers and fans, but you know what I mean? Like the most loyal people that y'all see come in the room on the basis, rather if it's busting or if it's dry.
Maybe Wallace or Chloe or Skinny.
By the way, I could be Chinese, so I'm kind of thinking, are you doxing yourself? You should be more careful if that was your real name.
Bro, the thing about me, bro, if you was rich, you know what I mean? Let's act like you was LeBron James, bro. Your address, everybody know where you stay. You know what I mean? His address is on, it's public information, bro. Like, you can pull up to his house, bro. So it's like, all that doxing stuff, bro. People know where I stay, X, Y, Z, bro. I don't be worried about it and that shit, bro. Because I know 98% of people on this app is not going to really pull up for me. And if they do pull up, I know 99% of the time I can defend myself. So it is what it is. Like, but that's just my person. I know people think differently, but I'm not scared of this nigga, bro. I live in the real world, bro. Like, I done seen shit. This is nothing to me.
So when Pepe gets out of his clown car and he's got like an AK-47, he's like, "What's up now, bitch? What's up now?" You're gonna be like, "Is that Pee-Pee?"
Well, I was told that Pepe is not white. He's Mexican. Well, I guess you could consider that white.
That's a common misconception. And I think that he would vigorously push back with his Corsican. Why? And I just do not like that as a response, as if some kind of genetic herd is the reason for X, Y, and Z. The common, statement of it's genetic. It's so meaningless. It doesn't give any context to the situation. It's such a stupid thing to say. Oh.
I tend to agree with it, depending on what you're talking, like what features.
But see, when you just say genetic, you're just talking about DNA, but that doesn't take in all the conditioning and environmental factors with regards to the genetic. That's why I say it's so meaningless, because culture, language, etc., and how that interacts with genetic. Dude, genetics are like identical, universal. So it doesn't mean anything when he says it. It's stupid. And it's basically, you're just taking a trope or some type of stereotype and attributing it to the term genetic. It doesn't mean anything. Hello?
I disagree. I think there's environment and then there's nature. Both matter.
I get it, but they're inseparable. But that's the myth of polar. It's a myth. You have no real evidence to confirm whatever the fuck the stupid hypothesis is. Hello?
Well, you can never prove it. Yeah, you can never prove it 100%. You can only deduce that it's the truth.
Anyways, reparations. We've discussed the class action versus the individual suit, the 1890 class action opportunity for people to sign up with Mr. Financial. As a former Treasury employee, there is an annual event that the IRS puts on called Taxpayer Appreciation Day. And what they do is they open up the offices, and guess which demographic surrounds the office begging for help? Well, it ain't the white demographic. It's the blacks of America. Surround every major IRS office in this country, and they try to come back into compliance because they have the attitude that I ain't got to file annually, and what the fuck I got to pay this shit for? Taxes, interest, penalties, garnishment, asset forfeiture, and seizure? No! You angry. I'm happy. Leave me alone. So what I'm trying to say is that we already have reparations. We already have entitlements. We already have privileges. We already have permanent housing. We have generational housing. We have generational welfare. And just go to the sub-Saharan Africa where people are living in mud huts and fucking wooden stick tents. Where they got nothing. Where they're dying of starvation.
They live in the mud huts because of America. You're a bitch.
American mud huts because of America. Happy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah. So if that's the case, then why does this country have so much homelessness? Okay?
Well, because
so much homelessness out here.
We got thieves.
Okay.
We got criminals looting billions of dollars from these NGOs and the government, paying their salaries. They're not using the money to build affordable housing. You should be able to build a fucking one-bedroom or a studio. You in the Matrix, Black. What I'm saying is tiny home villages for $8,000 a pop with a motherfucking air conditioner and a refrigerator and a hole to take a shit in. It's possible to alleviate the homeless crisis and organize these homeless motherfuckers that are ruining America.
We send more money to Israel than we do to homeless veterans here in America. Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you, bitch, N-word. Listen, I am a veteran, and I have almost been homeless.
I am too, and I bet you weren't combat.
And I bet you I went to the VA and I said, I'm about to
How did I know?
I don't know. You just call me a bitch-ass faggot, N-word. So let me finish my point. Is that if you are about to be homeless, you ain't just going to get some voucher like, here's the money, have yourself a good life in your new apartment that we will pay for every month. No. You're going to have to go live in a shelter with homeless people and bedbugs for a year. And then the VA will say, well, you done lived in the shelter for a year. Here's your HUD housing voucher. Enjoy your new life in your one bedroom for $1,400 a month that taxpayers will pay for you, and we will take from other people and give to you to sacrifice others for yourself. I rest my case. Bitch ass faggot N-word. Sorry, you were in the.
It's not all military that are homeless either. Okay, there's a lot of people out here. The rent, I live in California. Okay, the rent here is high. It's expensive. People live paycheck to paycheck. Some people just decide, hey, I want to just be homeless because I don't have a bill, so I won't have bills to pay. I just, do a tent outside.
I get it. People choose to die in weird ways. If you go to India, they got gurus sitting in cow shit, burning incense, and they got white European girls stripping around them, shooting selfies and doing video Instagrams and shit. There's weird ways to live your life. You ain't gotta live in a box. You ain't gotta have a gas bill and a utility bill and this bill and that bill and another bill and here, this broken up. You can just kick it at a park and say, fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. Motherfuckers. Hello?
Hey, I feel the rush.
I just want to say this nigga does not reflect the American military. This is an anomaly.
Projection mirror alert says what? Calling me a bitch-ass faggot? What was your rank, bitch?
I bet you I just spent as much time as Lance Corporal as you, bitch.
Lance Corporal? How many toilets did you clean, bitch?
For y'all non-veterans, Lance Corporal is like the litmus test for a motherfucker's usefulness. Especially in the beginning 10 years of their career in the military. Not for this bastard. Seeing as how he pushed paper and pens, he didn't have to aspire to achieve too much.
Then I was a specialist, bitch. Then I was a sergeant, bitch. In the infantry. Whore!
You were not 03.
I was your ass with it, bitch.
What were you?
Don't make no assumptions, bitch.
Say it.
You angry, bitch. I can't argue with you. You angry.
There wasn't no dope kicker. Goddamn show wasn't that.
I can't argue with you. You angry, I'm happy. Leave me alone.
That's what I figured.
You figure right, bitch. So, if you believe in reparations, well, get in line, motherfucker, because you probably got tax liabilities you still haven't been paying yet. That's why I was talking about the Taxpayer Compliance Day. When every African American in America that had done filed no taxes for 10, 20 fucking years is like, you just stole my checking account. You just garnished my wages, motherfucker. And I'm here to seek redress on behalf of my government for my lack of compliance and work ethic. Because I got no work ethic and I don't file my taxes, so I'm here for a little reparation. Reparation comes in many forms of factors on behalf of Uncle Samite. And not every program and project which is what is it called? Appropriated when they make their appropriations. I'm just saying that we need appropriations for reparations. Say it with me now.
I pay my taxes every year, sir.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking at large. Hello?
I want to say again, this nigga does not reflect the United
That's because you on a conference call app called Clown House, motherfucker. Last corporal. Fucking corporal. Go clean that fucking toilet. Make it shine, bitch. Make that motherfucking toilet shine like your shoes, bitch. Don't make no assumptions on this stupid conference call app. I done cleaned a lot of toilets too, motherfucker!
Bitches in the military don't act nothing like this, nigga. I swear to God, you know. So rest assured.
Yeah, rest assured you goddamn gonna clean more toilets in your future, motherfucker.
Speaking of military, anybody see Doc recently at all or no?
Hey, buried himself in his motherfucking peanut plantation field. He called me the other day, but I missed the call. And then I called him back, and his voicemail don't even work.
Doc? You called Doc?
Yeah, he called me, and then I missed the call. And then when you call him back, you know, his voicemail has reached the max. You do?
You guys are tight like that. That's interesting.
I brought him to this app because
stacking up a 5 plane goes wrong and having to rely on this motherfucker who says hello to give you danger close 40 mics. You imagine how much shit would be rolling down the side of your leg and the audio. Wonder about the accuracy and effectiveness of this kind of motherfucker.
Projection alert says what, motherfucker? I saw a video on Instagram of a brother take his hand and put it in front of a motherfucking mortar tube, blew his hand clean off, nothing but blood and bone. Motherfucker, when you take that motherfucking mortar shell, you drop it, and then you pull your hands away quick. You don't leave it on top of the motherfucking mortar hole and lose your hand. Hello?
What are you saying he is? Marty. Probably articulated. He was going, pussy said they're too scared to get up close and cute. Hey, you gotta stop this. You keep this shit up, I'm gonna find out who your daddy was. Okay, I'm gonna get him to come on and talk back to you. This is embarrassing. This gotta stop. Specifically that hello shit that you do at the end of your sentences. That's borderline homosexual. You gotta shut that down.
We back at the reparations table. Anybody wanna make a settlement offer? Hello?
I feel the rush.
Well, reparations was canceled because you can't have a racial class hierarchy of federal distribution payments. Sorry, everybody. Reparations is officially canceled.
Hey, did you ever hear of a guy named Stephen Fitson? Was a combat medic.
Steven? You old Steven?
Stephen Fitson, he was a combat medic. He was
Did you know Pat Tillman? Because I was at Fort Benning with Pat Tillman, the famous Cardinals quarterback, before they killed him. Hello?
You an old motherfucker,
I'm a senior citizen clown. Hello?
Well, let me see. You ever hear of a guy named Jack Powers?
Did you ever hear of a guy named Jackoff? No, motherfucker. These are like random names. What, do we go to high school together? Come on, bro. Some motherfucking random conference call happened in a random ass motherfucking President Trump room. Brother. Go to usarmy.mil if you want to join the network. Hello?
Fort Benning is almost Fort Bragg level, so I was just tossing out some names for people that in your timeline that were infantry guys. You would have heard of them.
Well, did you know Frank Thomas? Did you know Mike Piazza? Did you know Sammy Sosa? Did you know anybody that ever played for Major League Baseball?
If you ask me about some West Coast Marines, I might know.
Motherfucker, how many miles and how many toilets did they make you clean?
A lot. I was constantly on power.
Oh, man. You know what a skookum is?
No, but I know what a pogue is.
Well, what's important is that I'm getting ready to go to bed and dream of my holy guardian angel, my higher self. She's 6'3", has legs like a stallion. She don't need breast implants because her titties are real. And her smile is perfect. And her hair...
100% disability. I just can smell it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't read it right. I know you can 100%.
Well, you're making an assumption.
No,
you're making an assumption. What I'm trying to say is, Uncle Samite has deep pockets. And if you just need to ask your Uncle Samite.
Some of y'all taxpayers and know y'all are paying this motherfucker his drug habit. Mental goulash that y'all have been
Well, when I was at Fort Huachuca, this black female major was like, get up! Go march back to the back of the fucking facility and go clean those toilets now, soldiers! I said, bitch, I'm a fucking lieutenant. I ain't gonna go clean no motherfucking toilets, bitch. And then I got up and I went to go clean the toilet. And I looked at this Saudi Arabian officer. He was a prince, and I said, are you gonna clean the toilet with me? He said, fuck you, bitch. I'm not cleaning the fucking toilet for you, motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker! I gotta clean a toilet for this motherfucking Saudi Arabian goat-eating Muslim motherfucker! So I went and I cleaned that toilet. And as I was scrubbing the shit flakes off the side of this old porcelain toilet at this military facility, that Saudi motherfucker was on his bank account app, counting the zeros. He was a multi-millionaire. And I kept scrubbing that toilet porcelain, scraping off all that shit flakes from all those soldiers eating that shitty fucking pizza. And it was then when I had my revelation of enlightenment. and I knew the truth of the earth. Hello?
I think it was a play on a certain topic, if you know what I mean.
See, if the African American community wants reparations to be paid, well, Clown House could be the future platform of supposed reparations. Because they got the gold coin platform transfer system. And if we just supersede the government, come together. Because if every white person is a part of a structural white racist society, anytime white people get together, it's a meeting of structural white racists. And so it's unbecoming for new anti-structural white racists to create a platform and a financial reparation system outside of the white structural racist society. And that's why Clown House could be the future of reparations. Can I get an amen? Amen.
Bro, did you not serve with black people? Like, I'm confused. Was there a whole team fighting?
Nah, I served with a lot of African Americans. They were some of the most sadistic killers, rapists, murderers I ever met in the military. They were hardcore killers.
You didn't really answer his question. Did you serve with people that look like you or not?
Yeah, I served with African Americans, young people, young women, young men. Didn't matter. Any shape, color, size. You serve with everybody.
Did you talk like this around you or not?
No, this is my late night Clown House shtick. You guys are on my YouTube Enterprise Incorporated business, where I live stream faggot, retard faggots 40 hours a week on Clown House and YouTube. Not YouTube, YouTube.
I keep telling y'all, man, this nigga was not no drug kid. Keep trying to tell you.
He not representing the military too good, bro. We need to.
Brother, this ain't the goddamn motherfucking MEPS facility. This ain't boot camp. This ain't officer candidate school. This ain't a deployment, motherfucker. This ain't even a National Guard drill weekend. This is Clown House President Trump room.
So how do we fix this, I wonder?
We talk.
How many mentally ill people do we have out there, do you think?
If I'm any indicator, it's a good guess that there are hundreds of millions of faggot retards just like me, even worse off, because they can't even fucking admit that they're a retard faggot. Like Pepe, so unaware of himself. He's like a wind-up toy box of racism and low IQ stupidity. A box or a stew of hate, of bigotry, of stereotypes. A retard.
Brother Pepe.
Now, this is Ayn Rand. I'm a supporter of candidate Kitover. You can go to ChicagoMayorVote.com to help defeat the communist thieves stealing from the pensions, creating lies and propaganda. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now.
Where are you on that, by the way?
We start gathering signatures on our petitions in less than a week. Next week, we start getting signatures, and we submit in August, and we're looking forward to and publicize political elections in the country for the mayoralship of Chicago.
So you're gonna be on the ballot?
No, I won't be on the ballot, but I will be a write-in candidate. Unless I can actually raise the money to get the signatures. The chance of that is very small.
What's the threshold? Is it $5,000 or something, or something like that?
This isn't a federal election commission.
Yeah, this is the state house, whatever, right?
I don't know what the state of Illinois or the Chicago election commission threshold is, but it's probably somewhere around that amount.
Yeah.
But if I do raise the money, I will invest it in signature gathering to get on the ballot in February. The election is February 23rd, 2027.
Oh, is that the midterm? I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's not.
New year, new term.
Yeah, it's not a November thing. We recently had an alderman who is a hardcore socialist communist named Byron Sig Lopecchio or whatever the fuck his name is, and he ran for Congress as an independent, and he had to get 15,000 signatures. And he turned in 16,000, and someone challenged his signatures. I wanted to be the person to challenge the signatures, but I'm not that involved. But somebody challenged him, and they got him off the ballot. And so he's now,
that's brutal.
Yeah, now he's claiming that he's going to take it to the Illinois Supreme Court. But he shows that the system is rigged for Democrats, and it's totally rigged to prevent independents from ever getting on the ballot. So election fraud, voter fraud starts at the petition stage of the election process. It's totally manipulated.
It's more rigged for progressivism versus Democrats. Because, I mean, you got to remember JFK got popped by the Jews. For going against it.
Come on, man. Come on, brother. You got some anti-Semitic Jew hate bullshit like that this late at night? You fucking racist ass motherfucker!
Some kind of closet Zionist, a Jew dick sucker or some shit.
A Jew dick suck, Corporal. You are a retard, faggot, retard. It was the CIA and the Pentagon that killed our beautiful president, John F. Kennedy. Get with it, motherfucker! Save your anti-Semitic slander for somebody who can.
I can drop the articles if y'all need.
We got somebody on the stage here who can go thermonuclear. Look out.
Thermonuclear on your live stream. Anyone want to take that way? Oh, no. It was Israel who took out JFK. Over JFK having such staunch
Matrix sucks.
Over JFK having such a staunch.
The Holy Spirit must hate you.
And adamant position against
and the Matrix.
You trolling me. JFK had
John, your curse worked.
Fucking saying, nigga, I hate you. I knew I wasn't in the Matrix. You heard that just fine, bitch.
You were. Ask anybody else. Was he breaking up anybody?
I couldn't hear a word he said. It was Matrix all the way.
Yeah, don't trust that shifty Jew, Mr. Noname.
I'm listening, Rich. What's going on?
Not much.
What rooms have you been terrorizing tonight?
Actually, none.
Really? It's your problem.
I was in Rafi's room for a little bit, but I didn't go sit much.
Not the first room, right? I mean, come on. You've be in the other rooms tonight?
No, I did enough last night. Actually, I came up and tried to give Bima like genuine advice, and she started crashing out. And then I turned the whole room against her, and then she left.
I heard about this is last night, right?
Yeah, I genuinely came up. She was asking everybody, should I go live on the truck with my boyfriend, or I don't know if I want to, and blah blah. I just came up and I was like, hey, if you want to be with them, and you always talk about how you want to spend more time with them, and just go out on the road and see the country and be with them for a little bit. And she's like, Rich, you can't come up here after like talking so much shit about me and blah 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 blah. Now you come up and like be nice. She just crashed out. Then everybody came off mic and they were like, Bima, calm down. He was just trying to be nice. And I was like, yeah, I'm not even in the mood to argue. And then the whole room got in the chat and just started attacking her. It's crazy.
And you said she left? She stormed out?
Yeah, she left for a little bit, and then she came back like an hour or two later.
Rich, were you always a crash out on Clubhouse, or did you evolve into a crash out?
Mostly evolved. So I'll give you an example. I'll be like, hey Matt, do you mind if I get in here and if I go next, and then I'll have a person. I'll be like, hey, do you mind if I respond? Oh, okay, cool. And then the person finishes their submission, and then somebody like Timothy will jump in and be like, oh, well, let me ask them a question. I'll be like, wait a minute, what's on the next in line? And he'd be like, no, nigga, I'm a moderator. And I'm like, okay. And then you argue with the person, and then somebody else jump and fucking rudely interrupt. So I don't know shit.
Yeah. You probably started going downhill, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, because he used to be a pretty solid participant. Like, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like, he also seemed for, like, a pretty reasonable submission, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I've also, like, came to the, like, aha fruition moment that John Kitover came to, and why he does what he does, is that we don't talk about anything. I mean, I come in here, we're talking about, like, the same shit. Okay, it's the same conversation, the same people.
So, in theory, we all going to turn into Kitover at some point? That's
eventually you will, yeah. I mean, if you're intelligent enough, yeah, you will. But most of you are.
You have to come to the conclusion.
Why do you act like I signed this here? Like, I don't let you speak.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying you. I mean, I used you as an example, but I was using you as an example of replace you with anybody.
Okay, so who would you say silencing the most?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily any individual. I would just say it's all the fucking assholes that want to like jump in, and there's no actual moderation. And I think like people like Brand and stuff like that, even though I don't agree with them on everything, and some other people will be like, no, shut the fuck up. Rich was next or John was next, even if they don't like you or they don't like your opinion, and they don't like what you're about to say. And Beaver's pretty bad about just letting people railroad because he's kind of simpish.
So anyway, I'm praying that Trump pops his draft off. Wait, you think Trump is going to do a draft? I'm praying he does. Why are you praying he does?
Did he kick him?
That's why.
Wait, did you kick Rich for calling Beaver simpish?
You should want to go get some too. You're American. But I don't understand why would you want to like do a draft? Yeah, why would we need a draft?
Why don't we all just get a tax credit to buy a boat so we can all individually go to Carg Island and just grab handfuls of that sweet crude?
We don't need crude. We need new infrastructure. We got more than enough oil right here. It's just the wrong kind for the current infrastructure. But 2, we're going to have to ground invade because once the Gulf nations get cooked, which they're going to get cooked because when we hit Israel is our partner, like Gulf nations. Once that diverges into a humanitarian crisis, because eventually we're going to take out some of those Messiah nation plans in Israel. Israel does what it's going to be. So Gulf nations, it's going to put us in a hell of a situation where I think the only contingency we're going to have left at that point, in culmination with whatever
Well, you see, to a dummy like yourself, every time you see a nail, you dial a motherfucking skyscraper and person make billions of dollars. You never built a motherfucking casino in Vegas. You never fucking built towers all around the world. You never fucking licensed your brand for billions of dollars. You never became motherfucking president twice, defeated assassination attempts, circumvented the goddamn Democrat industrial complex.
I'm a Trump fan, nigga.
You a Trump fan? I'm just trying to put some things in perspective here, that you on a conference call app in the middle of the night, and you mean to tell me that you got the vision of a ground invasion. Well, motherfucker, you must know what I'm going to have to drink Friday and Saturday night, which you don't, because you ain't got no motherfucking vision. You got your hand in your dick on a conference call app, picking your toes in Poughkeepsie, wasting your motherfucking time. Hello? You in the Matrix. Well, I'm going to go to the fake world called reparations land, where there's $150,000 checks, $1.5 million checks, based completely on racial identity politics. It's called the fake world. Oh, somebody told me to tell Beaver he's a simp. And Beaver is a cuck. That was Rich on my YouTube Live. How do you respond, Rich? Beaver, how do you respond? Excuse you. Excuse you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
Well, sorry if I fucking had a fucking seltzer, for Christ's sake. Gotta call me a bitch for having some gas? For fucking acid reflux? You gotta call me your bitch?
Black, you should go to his YouTube video and check out him and his shit-stained whitey ties.
Well, you know, what's worse, carrying around photos in my shit-stained underpants while I do yoga in the sun, or actually being flexible, healthy, wealthy, and wise? Which one is worse? Walking around with a photo of John Kitover shitting his pants doing yoga on your phone so you can gossip about my ass crack? Is that worse than me living my best life, motherfucker? No.
At what point do you abandon the underwear and just throw it away? Like, how big does the shit stain have to get?
The psychology is it's a challenge to see how much shit can accrue and still remain post
what?
Dry stuff.
Well, you want to maximize, the outfit. That's what I like to say. The truth is, I have so many pairs of underpants that I don't have to do laundry for at least 4 months because I have bought so many pairs of underpants at Ross, Dress for Less.
Well, there's your answer. You take the shit ones off and the shit cakes into it for 4 months.
Protection system turned back on. Less because I dress efficiently and cost effectively? Dress for Less. Shop at Ross.
You do solidifies that for me.
You project. This is not a projection app. Can't you just be genuine and articulate and not ejaculate? Just say what you feel and feel what you say. You ain't gotta attack me personally for shopping at Ross and dressing for less. God damn. Your profanity on top of it, you corporal. Fucking you low IQ guy. Get back in the fucking bathroom and clean that motherfucking toilets.
You take care of it immediately, or you just let it sit there until the end of the day?
I don't shit my pants and then let it cake on the floors, Beaver. I'm a former goddamn military intelligence officer. We don't let shit cake on our fucking panties. We use them once. We put them in the dryer. In the hamper. And we got bags of panties. And we work out in the sun. We sweat. Unlike you, you're probably a fat ass, just like Beema, like fucking Matt too. We know you guys are fucking fat, lazy, unmotivated, not dedicated. You guys are basically liberal, Democrat, progressive, 1990 Democrats like Pepe. Close enough. You guys don't support Trump all the way, do you? You ain't really on Team America. You ain't really rooting for America's baseball team every day, the only team, the best team. You guys don't love Trump the way that real magats do. Tell Beaver he's a simp. Beaver is such a cuck. John, read the above, please. Dash Rich. I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen.
Just tell him to suffer. Just say S-U-F-F-E-R.
Yeah, just say that.
Suffer.
Thank you.
Suffer. Do you know how many people Rich has made suffer on this app? Rich has gone the extra mile to dox, to decimate, to destroy, to harass, to abuse. Rich is a force to be reckoned with. He's like a hurricane.
He's sick in the head.
He's intense. He's an intense motherfucker.
Can you believe he's a father?
Honestly, there's a couple people on this app that I know are fathers, and they're here all the time. And if I had kids, I would be reading books to my kids, enjoying life with my kids, making them super intelligent and super happy. I wouldn't be here talking to you people. I wouldn't even want to know you people. I wouldn't want to hear your voices.
That's a good point.
Hello?
The amount of time it's spent, especially if you have your kids, oh my God. Like, if we're hearing you talk for hours on this app, I don't know, man. Like, you better be having some time with your kids. Holy shit.
Yeah, goats on here like every day, every hour.
That's true.
A lot of y'all don't have a job. A lot of y'all don't have a job. That's what it is. Sitting up here about nonsense. Get a job. Get a hobby.
I open up Clubhouse, of course.
Okay, well, not everybody did that.
But you're just not opening up Clubhouse. You're opening up like 30 phones, going like buck wild with it.
Well, you only get 2.5 billion seconds to live your pathetic life. I figure why not record it all for posterity and for history. And also because it annoys people who are damn well worthy of mockery. Because they are highly annoying people, pseudo-intellectuals, projecting assholes, and loser fucks that we've established have children but are here pontificating 80 hours a week like a faggot retard. And I didn't say the N-word, retard faggot.
Do you miss Roger?
No, I don't miss anybody. I enjoy my life. I live my best day every day, and I don't care if people disappear. Bye. Hello?
Yeah, that's because you exercise with shit in your draw. That's filthy.
Good point, actually. The record, he didn't just disappear. We kind of had him, move along kind of incident.
Oh, Beaver?
He was ushered out.
He was ushered out.
By Pepe?
Yes. Well, Matt, me, and Pepe, and some others.
It was a group effort, yeah.
Well, I think I saw Rich had a profile like a couple weeks ago, and I'm almost sure that it was Monica's photos. He had like multiple photos of Monica. I don't know how he got them, but I believe that they were probably accurate photos of Monica.
Wait, everybody has those.
Everybody has photos of Monica. We talk about.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, they looked kind of like what they sounded like. I mean, right? Like the sound matches the body.
Yeah. Who cares more about recording? Is it Monica or Kitover? Whoever has more hours.
I don't know, but
Like actually recording, you mean?
Yeah, because she loves her replays.
Well, I have so much content that even today in a room they were saying if you just spend a little time looking up John Kitover and you start digging through all the videos, it's so much content that people just surrender and run away in fear and horror of the incredible amount of time that I've spent, building up 200,000 videos on YouTube of people here wasting all their time talking about nothing. And it's a little bit like Groundhog Day. Every video is like Bill Murray going through the movie, getting to the end, and he's finally happy. It's Groundhog Day! Hello?
Hey, good storage.
No, what are you talking about? It's all on YouTube. Just pay for storage. What the fuck are you talking about?
I figured they'd eventually charge you if you kept adding all that shit to their server.
No, but Rich wants me to remind you to tell Beaver he's a simp and he's a cock.
Did you tell him to suffer?
Suffer, Rich. Suffer.
You remember that kid in elementary school who would come to class and his clothes or hair was always messed up? His parents. That's who Rich is.
He's like Dennis the Menace, basically.
Do you think he's a fat pig though? I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
You think so?
I know he's not lifting weights.
He breathed at the very end when he said something. He's like,
Really? He's breathing heavily? Oh shit.
well, not heavily. He just has that like saturation grunt at the end where he's like, when he thinks he says something really clever, he'll end the sentence and he'll just go,
Well, what do you think about Pepe's like vocal inflection, or I don't know what part of language or speech you consider it, but when he starts going,
if you interrupt him, dude, he can't like come back in. Takes him a little while to reload.
I saw that. I saw that. His kid over here going at it. And yeah, or whoever. Yeah, like all it takes is one little thing, it will set him off. It really does annoy him. It's pretty.
He's like, holy fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! It's the funniest thing.
what about Bima though, when she goes on her like long rants about exchange and agreements and all that, and it's just, to me it sounds very repetitive, as if she's like on a loop and she says the same type of arrangement every time. That's why I value books and actual knowledge and information, and not people's useless shorthanded opinions about society, about economy, about culture, about history, etc. It's the information transfer from my lips to your ears is such a small amount of megabytes, it can't possibly accurately describe something that's in the fucking terabytes. So this app is for faggot retards.
So, do you think that people would act the same way in real life if they're all together? I don't think so. Not all of this. Yeah.
If you're a faggot retard on this app, you're gonna be a faggot retard in life. That's the mirror. 100%.
Do you think Rich is actually? There he is. He's coming. He might have to fully answer for himself, but.
John, that's not what I said in the chat. I said tell Beaver that Beaver's not going to let him fuck her and play with her fat rolls and her muffin top.
Not the muffin top.
She does have a muffin top as well.
How do you know?
I've seen her photo.
Why do you have to put down poor Bima?
She didn't realize there was an update. She posted a picture of her.
Yeah, but why would you?
Then when you clicked on it, it showed her entire body and her fat rolls and muffin top.
New to you? Like, why would you?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, chillism, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she went off on Incan and I because we said that all the pit bulls should be rounded up and murdered.
I heard about that story.
Yeah. And then Incan donated money to an anti-pit bull organization in Bima's name.
Is that a true story, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I donated too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, have you seen many videos of pit bull attacks and just how, like, you can't stop them and the owners are so stupid? I really hate watching videos of bad owners, like, falling on the ground, not stopping the dog from attacking. It's like, I want to bash that person's head in with a bat and then bash the pit bull's head in. But I want to get the owner first because they're so fucking stupid. And
You were watching by Bima.
I want to feed the owner to the dog. You know.
Yeah, I there's a great video. I can send you one where the girl's like she's house sitting for a couple. College girl, she goes over there and the thing fucking kills her. It's like eating her while the cop arrives. She's like
fucked up.
Yeah.
So fucked up. I don't get it. I never heard her defense of that. That would be. I want to hear all that stuff for you.
And they all say the same thing. Mine would never hurt anybody. This is sweet dog. Says every owner ever that's ever had a pit bull kill him. Okay.
Can we change the title to see if maybe that attracts her D-line?
Well, she'll know right away. She'll get pissed off. But I'll do it.
Maybe
I'll do it.
Entrapment, maybe, I don't know. But
there was a pit bull that killed 2 toddlers. Like the family pets ate the 2 kids, the toddlers, and they really seriously went with the mother.
Oh my God, let's invite Incan in.
I want this debate right now. I want to know why people think that's okay.
see, this is
Put the title why pit bulls are evil.
This is a perfect example of using pit bulls as a metaphor for crime in the African American community. Because we are not willing as a society to execute the tens of thousands of serial murderers in this country that can and probably will be released. And we need to bring back capital punishment in this country in the same way that we should kill a rabid pit bull.
I agree, but I've said also to your comment about spending all day on Clubhouse, I am actually restricted to 6.5 hours a day, only while I'm working. I have my wife put a screen timer thing on my phone and just can afford to decode that out loud.
Are you like this in real life?
What do you mean?
I don't know, just the way you are.
What you're talking to right now is me.
You'd be dead by now if that was the case.
Someone got to shot you. You would think so, maybe a little bit. No?
No.
So you would have the same snapback reaction to anybody talking to you?
No, usually I'm like comedic or joking, like fucking around and having fun. But I actually get along really good with people. Like John. Like John, but he's not only half, he's a completely normal person. Yeah, he transforms back into the original John Kitover. Wait, yes, I can show you. Like, if you bring in like a Palestinian supporter or somebody that's against IRG or pro-IRGC or something, I can get John to snap out and go into the fucking original John Kitover. They'll have an actual intellectual debate. All you gotta tell him is be like, John, no fucking around, no trolling, let's have a genuine conversation. Let's go, okay. And then he'll be genuinely serious and he's actually fucking out. No, he's hyper-vigilant. And John's an extreme